Welcome back,
Hello.
everybody. We are about to hop into our third and final adventure of the evening, a legend tier adventure, and we have with us, as always, our legend tier heroes. So, without any deliberation, let's just get right into it. Euchaunkus, Lance, Selcress, Kurogan. You've been over the last couple of weeks, I believe, staying at Castle Selcress. Is this correct?
Selcress definitely yes.
Yes, certainly.
Yes, mostly because Kurogan has been trying to help clean up.
Yes, and you've made quite a bit of headway in that regard. You've done kind of gotten rid of a lot of the math goblin kind of detritus that has been left around. You've done your best to kind of reorient the home, despite it's still upside down, unfortunately, and that seems to be something that isn't quite as easily fixed as clearing out the math goblins, but it is in your possession, and you've kind of fixed up the hole in the floor ceiling, as it were, what used to be your basement, but is now the season leading to all those ruins, and you have put things for the most part back in place. And as you've been kind of passing over these weeks, Selcrest, this is an effect that you're certainly used to, but the rest of you, perhaps not quite as much so, as you've been feeling just the presence of Selcress's patron, just there in the ice keep with you. It's been almost seeping into you. The cold, which initially was a little bit bitter here in this frozen castle that Selcress calls home, has become significantly less so, as the magic of it has seeped into you. And with that, you have gained, I would like all of you to roll me a D100. Or actually, roll me just a D2, everyone.
Oh, not so good for Euchaunkus. Oh, but Lance and Kurogan, they're feeling it. Oh, no, it's Selcress.
We got this.
Selcress not.
So the exact opposite of last time.
Yes, the exact
Yeah.
opposite.
Yes, exactly.
It works out.
Yeah. And all of you have found that you're getting a lot more comfortable with the cold. You gain the ability to, when you would fail an ability check made to navigate cold weather or survive a frigid environment, you can choose to succeed. However, more significantly, all of you are finding that your body, just the passive cold of it, is like freezing things around you. Selcress, you're kind of used to this in a lot of ways. Everyone else, perhaps not so much, but you are all under the effects of the water walk spell, as whenever you kind of step, your feet just kind of form ice underneath it, allowing you to walk across water, like a prophet, if you will. And at any time, if you don't want that effect to happen, you can choose to make it stop. Additionally, those of you who succeeded, that effect has moved elsewhere into you. It's even in your hands and your form, which means you can do things like keep your beverages frosty and delicious and cold, or any kind of cold ice cream perfect in your grasp.
Never melts.
Never melts.
Having realized this, Kurogan is actually just holding ice cream like everywhere he walks.
It's also a great
Are
prank.
you gonna eat that?
Of course, eventually.
Yeah, it's been perfectly preserved. Euchaunkus, all of your meats have no chance of spoiling. Or actually, no, your meats do have a chance of spoiling. Never mind, you didn't succeed.
That's fine.
I guess that would be fine for you. So you've been spending, like I said, the last week or two, just kind of cleaning up, re-moving into the keep, finding it kind of natural again. You have, the furniture is properly located on the floor ceiling, and Doppel and your father have been working non-stop to try and make it as comfortable for you as possible, Selcress. No doubt, given the slight circumstances of the environment. However, as you guys have just been kind of, hanging out, I'll say to begin this scene, you're all just kind of sitting around enjoying a dinner. What's on the menu at Castle Selcress?
Underdark cuisines, of course. Hookhor Delight.
Hookhor Delight, of course.
One of Selcress's favorites. I guess some other Underdark stuff.
Some
Deep
deep
fried carrion crawler?
Yeah, I was gonna say deep fried carrion crawler.
Deep broth.
It's just steak.
Yeah, but it's from the Underdark.
Does that mean you have mac and deep roast cheese?
some flare fillet,
I mean, we have spider milk and spider cheese.
of course, spider milk.
Why would you make the spider when you have cows down here?
Oh, the spider milk's not for you. That's just venom. uh,
I pour out my glass that I had prepared.
but
Pride
you need
fluff.
your daily
Oh,
dose
no.
of poison. It's fine. I grew up on
Lance.
this stuff.
Lance, just put it into your second stomach.
Kurogan pretends to drink it, but throws it over his shoulder. Mmm, tasty.
Right? Kuroga gets it.
You know, it honestly doesn't taste too bad. Just sort of make my tongue swell.
and as Euchaunkas, as you're saying that, all of you hear a voice speak to you, a familiar voice whispering into your ears, the voice of Roger.
Hey everyone. Are you there? Can you hear me?
Oh, hi, Roger.
Oh, Roger, hello.
Indeed.
Hey,
It's it could be a little difficult to get in touch with you with being so far underground. But
can't you just teleport here? Didn't we set that up?
well, I could. Anyway, I know you all wanted to head towards you're waiting for an opportunity to get toward Euchaunkus' keep, and I think I've calculated how to get you in there with the arcane catapult.
Oh,
You're pretty
do
dang
tell.
close. Well, apparently there are some renegade lizard folk who are still there. We've managed to get in touch with them, and I've
Oh,
managed
God.
to get in touch with them.
In the panic room.
No, they're outside of your keep. I
Okay,
can't.
that's good.
You think I could get into your keep? No. Yeah, I don't know. They anyway. They've helped to reestablish one of the old arcane catapult kind of landing areas over in that area. So we could probably get you over toward it if you want. They seem pretty skittish, like they could be attacked at any moment, and they're kind of worried. So better safe than sorry if you want to move, or better now than never.
Well, yeah, it's probably best idea to go now.
But I'm not done with my hook or delight.
Take it with you.
Yeah, take it with you.
You people have no idea about the finer things of high class eating. Whatever. Let's just
What
go.
is this high class I keep hearing about?
Doppel, feed it to Dad.
Yeah, Dad is just begging at the table, just can I have it? The big Dragoloth that he is.
Weird.
Yeah.
And Doppel goes,
Selcress
yes,
just
mistress,
sort of
I'll feed
slides
to
it.
him."
Yeah, Selcress just sort of slides it to Doppel, who I imagine slides it to Dad like you would a dog at the dinner table.
Exactly. Just scrapes it into Dad's food bowl. Yep. Dad hungrily devours the remainder of the Hokora delight. And Doppel looks to you, Selcress, and says, "Good luck, my queen. Hope to see you return soon.
You bet I will.
I'll make sure to have the candy cabinet completely organized by your return.
Yes, see that it is done.
Sweet at the bottom or sour?
Sweet at the bottom.
Of course, my queen." He bows and kind of backs away. And Roger says, "All right, if y'all are ready, I've got to be setting down a catapult soon. It's a little weird with the gravity, but should get you up.
All right.
Do you need to head back to the station, or do you need to... I mean, you're just heading straight there.
I mean, we haven't seen you in a while.
Yeah, you've been down there a while. It's got a little lonely again, but
Yeah, and frankly, I'm kind of worried you're going to fling us the wrong way and careen us into the ground.
I mean, it's definitely easier. Sure, yeah, I'll get you up here quickly.
All right.
In that case, before too long, you find that the kind of inherent around the teleportation circle that you guys have been working to kind of repair within Selcress's ice castle here. The situationing for it is a little bit odder than most of them because the keep itself is upside down. Yeah, you kind of had to have build up a you've had to kind of build up a basically a platform and kind of do a handstand with your feet on the ceiling to rest on it. But once both of you Once you all kind of get up there and place your feet upon it, Roger must activate the kind of sigil on his side, and all of you suddenly find yourself standing once more upon the moon base.
I don't know why we didn't just, carve runes into the ceiling.
It takes a lot it takes a lot longer than that, Euchaunkus. You know that. It's not
Yeah.
just carve the rune in and it works.
I mean, it's been working on that floor panel for
It took a very long time to set that up.
Magic is so complicated.
It's not that complicated.
So what do you need? What can I do for you? Before you head down, of course.
I don't know. What's the latest fashion, Roger?
Yeah, any news from any news or stirrings from
Good question.
It's kind of hard to tell what the latest fashion is. Well, Central City's still mostly occupied by Morts and the Green Sun. They kind of set the fashion usually. Well, yeah, they run all the municipal.
I
work
guess it's
too.
right.
Okay. Who's in charge of my keep?
That is something I don't know. Hopefully the lizard folk on the ground might know more.
Can you bring it up on the monitor? What about you,
yeah,
fake Bartholomew? Bring it up.
Selcress, I'd be happy to do so. And you watch as the kind of illusory Bartholomew kind of begins walking off in the direction of the monitor.
Selcress just trots off after him.
Yep. He goes over to the little kind of illusory hollow chamber there and goes, Euchaunkus' keep. And he just kind of like, with a wave of his illusory hand, the keep appears there in the space. And what do they see just kind of visually from the outside of it, Jeremy?
Well, the scrying orb can only get so close to something like this. It is magically protected. But Euchaunkus, from the outside, what does your keep look like?
Extremely tall. See, it's a cathedral, basically,
Mhm.
but very sort of what's the word I'm looking for? Expansive.
A massive sprawling kind of ground.
Sprawling was what I wanted to say. Yeah, grounds, and even within, and even like large buildings, and all the ceilings are seemingly unnecessarily high.
And
And
I
in the
imagine
center, there's like a spire going way up.
Yeah, nearly reaching to the clouds. You
Nearly.
can see that the
not
whole
quite.
thing is kind of like Technicolor right now. It is just crazy colors, ways that it was definitely not meant to be.
God, it's so gaudy.
Yeah, it's very gaudy. But the spire in the center is stark white, almost glistening white. And you can see the lands all around it. It's kind of near the forest, near the Wilderwood. They're just almost bleached gray. There's just no color to them at all. They're totally muted.
You know, it strikes me that I've never been up to your keep, Euchaunkus. Why haven't you invited me?
Everyone's welcome. It's a church.
Well, that's
Well-
exactly why I haven't gone.
It's true. I mean, Levista's probably.
I've been
sure,
there a
it's a
handful of
church.
times. It's all right.
Sure, it's a church with a throne room and a trophy room and a panic room, but other than those things, there's a church section and living quarters.
Euchaunkus, I always wondered, you don't have a dungeon.
Correct. No, I don't do any. Well, the panic room's
You
underground.
don't have a dungeon? Come on.
They're
thought
sky
we were-
dungeons. They're on the tower.
Okay, that's better.
Open cathedral need a dungeon.
Are those even dungeons if they're on the tower and not
Yes,
beneath
it works.
I have to put non-flying things in there. The flying things I have to tie down.
Oh, you should have little cages that dangle off the edge into like the abyss and stuff.
I have a few, but I mean, yes, you've all always been welcome.
Roger kind of looks at you all. All right, this is a kind of uncomfortable line of discussion. Remember, we're trying to help the world here.
Oh, right.
I only put heretics in the cage.
Yeah, clearly.
And the sky cells.
And tables.
And as Roger says that, Bartholomew looks over. Is there something I can help you with?
Has anyone else woken up yet?
Yeah, be alive.
Well, I
I'm
can't do
sorry.
that. He's
No,
dead.
no one else has
Handle
woken
that
up yet.
request.
All right. Well, make sure you let me know when they are.
Is there anything we could do to help others awaken?
Euchaunkus don't eat anyone.
I'm not gonna eat
I don't
anyone.
know. I could look into that. Might take a little while. Like I said, I've been trying to get people to wake up for a while, but now that I've witnessed it, maybe that'll help.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe.
More insight.
Maybe they just need a good kick in the tuchus.
Roger,
Maybe
Mhm.
not.
you should also look into finding out where we can find some decent items. I mean, we have pretty decent items, but it never hurts to have more.
Yeah, some artifacts or I don't know, something more interesting.
Yeah, if we
Then-
can figure out how to make more of these, I say, pointing at our Bartholomew's choices, that'd be top notch.
That would be, as the kids say, dope.
I don't
Oh,
say
all right,
that.
I can look into that. What do you want me to look into first? Getting people out of the Grand Illusion, or
No, they'll figure that out. on
finding
their
or
own.
making? Okay.
Yeah, if
focus on
they're
finding or making
worthy
items.
of being here, they'll wake up on their own like we did.
Roger's
Oh
choice.
yes, talk
That's
of
a bit of a
items.
Yeah, I couldn't make anything like. I'm not.
Talk of
really an
items
artificer.
totally changes your tunes, doesn't it?
If you need a magic item, you know where to stop. Just hang on around
It's
with
your
Roger's
only
moon
choice.
base.
This is, okay, this is Bartholomew's Mune Base. Don't try it. Don't
Alright, Anyway,
My black heart. Don't sing that song.
Yeah, it was a very poor rendition. At least get the real one back.
yeah, I've been looking for that. It looks like it was damaged when you guys woke up. The file's corrupted.
Aw.
When you need a
Yeah.
you know where to
When you
It
need
all-
a magic, redacted.
Anyway, do you want me to launch you down, or
Yeah, that'd probably be good.
Yeah, it's probably time for that.
it's getting
Alright.
kind of late?
Yeah.
Might as well get the show on the road.
All right, so you guys step over to the arcane catapult. Roger, you see, as always, goes about kind of doing all of the very detailed calculations that he has to do,
Extremely
going over,
detailed.
going over and kind of readying up the arcane catapult for a new location, and yeah, it's kind of ready to launch. He's just there, kind of waiting for your signal to go.
All right, you ready? I'm
Yes.
gonna launch you in 1, 2, 3.
Why would you count off? What the hell?
So you guys take off into the sky as you all are in the middle of as you're all in the middle of some kind of word. You fly upwards and out the top of the moon, and then after a kind of a brief stint vertical, you begin careening downwards through the multi kind of colored cloud that seems to kind of separate here in the atmosphere, crashing through it down towards the surface below. As you kind of do so, you make a sudden kind of jarring turn, moving over the mostly grayed landscape of the land of DnDTime, as your kind of bodies that are kind of inside of these elliptical kind of shapes that are protecting you from the intense acceleration. As you kind of curve and move over the lands of DnDTime, you turn towards the Wildwoad. After some time, you're kind of skimming over the tops of the trees for a while. All of a sudden, you stop, and the pods that you're in slowly kind of move downwards to the ground and curve down into the jungle. And you land on a very old and kind of cracked platform there, and with a sudden kind of bang. And the first thing that you noticed as you do kind of crash down here is it's raining today.
Good sign.
Oh, great. The rain. Oh no, it's turning to ice on my hands.
Is it a good sign? Is
and
it?
Yes,
rain-
it's a good omen.
the rain is undoubtedly frigid, from the just kind of ambient cold in the air that you know is being wrought by the Duke of Winter. And the second thing you notice as soon as you crash down is a small, something of a shack, kind of that has been set up near this old kind of cracked landing zone that Bartholomew must have used a bit of a while ago now. And out of that shack, as soon as you kind of step down, you see a few lizard folk kind of step out, and as they kind of look and see the four of you standing there, their eyes instantly go towards you, Euchaunkus, and all of them just kind of kneel down on one knee, kind of lower their heads, and look towards you. High Priest, it is an honor to see you once more.
You have done well resisting the Warlocks. How did you avoid capture?
We have been hiding within the woods. Our numbers are now few. We have lost many. Grick of the Grey Skies, Torin, the Mistbringer. Many great acolytes of yours have fallen.
I always liked Grick. Well, I guess you'll have to be the new acolytes then, since they're dead. What do you know? What information can you give me?
We are weak. Your Grace. Your... another one kind of looks... What is your title, sir? Simply High Priest?
He's asking me that?
Yeah, he's asking you.
High Priest.
How you want to be addressed?
Oh, yes. You can just call me High Priest. You can call me Bringer of Bill. You can call me the High Priest Bringer of Bill.
Yes, his High Priest Bringer of Bill. My apologies. Here in the Wilderworld, well, we are not particularly strong. There was at one time an expedition of us lizard folk. We hoped to reclaim your keep for you yourself, that it might be in its full glory upon your return, which we have always prayed to the cloud for. However, a being of immense power has taken up within. We believe they are an affiliate of the fashion warlocks, as they are called, the heretics.
Is it one of the warlocks or someone else?
One of them kind of speaks. We are not sure, High Priest. We believe it may be one of the warlocks themselves, but we've been uncertain. We can tell you what we know. Shall we show you the way?
Certainly.
Sorry. The rain, I know we are to embrace it, but the cold has been much. And they begin kind of moving through the only kind of lights of color in what is a completely gray forest from, you assume, the Warlocks of Fashion's energy. You begin kind of winding through, and they kind of are following a very strange path. You know the way to your keep through the Wilderwood. This is your home, but presumably they are weaving you around some dangers that they are aware of in the space. As you're looking around, there's definitely places in the Wilderwood, Euchaunkus, that have changed fairly significantly. There's, large, you remember, like, ancient trees that have stood for long before your people can even remember, that have, like, toppled down and been just knocked asunder. There are just huge paths that have been, like, actually cut, like roads, makeshift roads that seem to have been, like, dug through in places. It's definitely been battered by either, war or whatever machinations of the evils that have been here. As the lizard folk continue to kind of wind you through the woods, they address kind of all of you. You are Kurogan and Selcress and Lance Silverblood, yes?
Yes, that is correct.
We have heard of the heroes that traveled with the High Priest. It is an honor to be with you now as well.
Uh-huh.
And you.
Euchaunkus, are these your peons?
Yes.
Ah, I see. That makes more sense. I wasn't sure how to rate them in my peon hierarchy, but now I got it.
She just doodles something in like a tiny notebook that she brought along.
What did you just write down?
It's got like a cartoony Levistus on the front.
Yeah, it's got a really cartoony Levistus. He's like giving like the victory sign and winking.
You continue to wind through, and they... Yes, You have assisted Euchaunkus at many times, and we are grateful to you for that. So, these creatures of the forest, this one that has inhabited your home, it is large, giant-like. It is just one being that resides within, but it has completely rousted any forces that have gone in with an incredible strength and fury. It seems to have an affinity, and this is why we do believe it is one of the fashion warlocks. You tell them. Looks over to one of the other ones. It has an affinity for shoes.
Shoes.
It collects them. And he kind of like lifts up the kind of tunic that he's wearing, and you can see kind of on his stomach what appears to be a giant footprint that is kind of just embedded in almost like both part welt and like a welt that was so hard that it's turned into a scar now.
You should buff that out.
I have tried, but the creature threw it with such incredible force. They change their shoes constantly. They just take them off and whip them at people. It's terrifying to see. Their gargantuan weight seems to destroy them the same time that they put them on. And, well, it is a gruesome sight to behold, no doubt. I barely escaped with my life from this wound. And yeah, to kind of continue onwards. Yeah.
Would I know anything from my hatred of the fashion warlocks about which warlock, if it is one of them, this could be?
Go ahead and make a history check.
Oh boy.
You
Oh,
might
that's
be able
not
to
bad.
determine who it's not.
Yeah. Well, I know it's not Armana, Laurel, or Valerian, but
Yeah, you are definitely certain that it's not any of those. I'll tell you this: you do remember kind of hearing. You do remember hearing at one time about a fashion warlock who was kind of had a bit of a penchant for shoes. You know that they all have different styles. One thing that you do remember about the one that was associated with the shoes, you know that they were the first. That's the only detail that you remember. You know that they were the first of the 8 powerful warlocks that govern the laws of fashion in this realm and all others.
and the tower is white.
The tower at its center is just a pure, beautiful white. Yes.
This is the Labor Day warlock.
And as you kind of reach this, epiphany, you step kind of forward and through a path as you've got a little bit disoriented from the changes to the Wilderwood, but you kind of move out of the forest, and before you see your cathedral.
Towering before you is the Cathedral of the Cloud, a magnificent, sprawling expanse that seems to extend and reach out far further than any structure like this really should. Massive structures that stand at a minimum 300 feet tend to be expansive and wide. An extreme blast of vibrant color. It hurts your eyes after the dull, muted gray of the forest behind you. And beyond that, you notice, not for any other reason than its absence, the faint music that you usually hear on the wind completely cuts out as you exit from the forest. You can see a scorched gray battle between you and the actual building, the actual compound. There are what seem like craters scattered about, bodies of lizard folk left buried in shallow graves. It is a pretty dismal sight for you. your keep away.
This is almost as drab as my grandmother's dressing. Or so I've heard.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Euchaunkus.
Yes.
What do you know about the Labor Day Warlock?
They like shoes. They know they discovered that you can't wear white after Labor Day.
Uh-huh.
I think their name is Bug.
Bug.
Something like that.
Uh,
Or Flubby. It could be
It's
any
a-
number of names.
It's a very good thing I only wear gold and these red shorts.
Do any of you have perceptions that are above 18?
I
Or
believe
equal to
Lance is
18.
19.
Yeah, I'm 19.
All
Yep,
right.
19.
Lance and Euchaunkus, you see movement ever so minor. It's up in the spire, the spire that reaches for the cloud. On one of the viewing platforms, which Euchaunkus, you have quite a few. There, something moved, and you catch it only out of a corner of your eye as you're looking forward. Again, kind of put off by the vibrant color of everything else. It seemed to blend in with the sparkling white of the tower, but something, sparkling white moved into the tower from the viewing. Seemingly quite large by the distance you are from it.
That couldn't be what we think it is, can it?
What's the date? I say, looking at the lizards. Are we before or after Labor Day?
Labor Day. I believe that we are now before Labor Day. Jeremy,
Alright.
are we before Labor Day?
Yeah, we're
or not?
before Labor Day.
That's what I thought, yeah. Just making sure. And they look at you. High Priest, we wish you the greatest of luck. We have not the fortitude to step forward again.
Of course.
You know, I have this great workout regimen that you should come to Kurogains to, look at a little bit. It'll definitely up your fortitude.
They look back at you, Euchaunkus, after Kurogan says that, like a questioning eye, whether or not how they should respond.
Just nod and say yes.
Yes, and they nod.
You know I could hear you, right?
No, you can't. I said it in their heads.
Oh, he can do that. Actually.
Oh shit!
They look at you and just go, "Yes, we will." And they turn back to you, Euchaunkus, and they all just kind of like bow their heads once more. May the cloud reign for air eternal. And that kind of sentiment is echoed amongst the three of them as they all kind of say it in unison. May the cloud reign for air eternal. They kind of lower their heads and kind of take a few steps back.
Praise the cloud.
Praise the cloud.
Oh, let's get to killing a warlock.
Yay!
Alright.
Sounds fun.
You begin to make your way across the comm, or toward the comm. You pass over this almost scorched earth, this battle site. You see where places were clearly struck by a lightning and other forces. But more than that, Euchaunkus, you notice that some of these lizard folk seem to have been fighting each other. As lizard folk themselves show signs of lightning, attacks and damage. And it's as you get close to this kind of first building in your compound, you are able to get through the gates, which are just wide open at this point. You see something that really startles you, unexpected. You see what look like a few dead math goblins. Or not really, you don't see their bodies so much as their like imprint on the wall. It looks like they were thrown into the wall with incredible force. And there's just this perfect imprint in the stone of little goblins. They're only a handful.
Weird.
Wonder what the math goblins were doing here.
Looks like Ugg didn't care for them.
Guess the math goblins and the warlocks got beef.
Good to know.
Maybe we could use this.
Indeed.
1 sec. I puke out some shoes.
Okay.
Why do you have those?
I eat a lot of things.
Yeah, I know.
I believe these were morts.
Oh, that explains it.
Pretty generic brown leather shoes.
All right,
Well,
let's go.
Yeah,
You're
let's
gonna leave them on
go.
the ground.
What? No, I'm taking them with me.
Oh, okay. So you have a pair of shoes. Where do you want to go? I'm sorry. That's sucker.
What do you need those for?
Just in case.
I don't like this just in case business.
Can your talons even fit in this shoe?
Oh, I'm not wearing the shoes.
So, Euchaunkus, do you think that maybe these gravitational shorts are a little bit distracting?
What?
If you
Oh,
look at them,
sorry,
they're
I was looking
definitely
at their
little.
shorts.
Okay, thank you.
What? I was looking at the shorts again.
So, where do you want to head first? The spire, which is, now that you're closer to it, a glistening, sparkling white. It's, despite the dark skies with just the green light barely filtering through the cloud cover, and the technicolor, rest of the compound, this tower sparkles like a diamond in bright.
I know that kind of hurts my eyes.
Yeah, it's
Just a little
rather
bit.
unpleasant. This is extremely gaudy.
Yeah.
So the first compound you pass on your right was a barrack, or I guess you probably called it something different, but it's a barrack. Would you like to check that out? It is Technicolor bright colors right now.
Sure, why not?
Okay. As you walk over and you open the door, shoes just tumble out. It looks like it's completely filled with shoes.
What kind of shoes?
You see high heels, flip-flops. There are kind of cowboy boots. There are all sorts of hiking boots and like adventuring boots. Sandals. Yeah, you see everything. There are even just some like wraps of paper that are probably foot wraps that ended up in there. But there's just a massive heap of shoes. And of course there's like sneakers. Flats, every kind of shoe you can think of. Just, it is piled full of them.
Same size?
No, they just seem to be different sizes.
I take a pair of flip-flops
Okay.
and rip that thong bit out of them.
Okay, sure.
I take a
that's
pair
the
of
worst
casual
part.
loafers.
Yeah, there are some casual loafers in there. They all seem to be in really good shape. However, they kind of fall into the mud. You can like dig through the pile and get some nicer shoes though, if you want ones that fall in the mud. But you're gonna be stepping in mud in.
I'm gonna take the thong things from the flip-flops,
Uh-huh.
and I'm gonna throw up some Yeti jerky.
Okay.
I'm going to hastily attach the thongs to make Yeti jerky flip-flops.
Why would you ever want to do that?
It's a good question.
All right. Yep, you've made your Yeti jerky flip-flops.
That's
now,
really
actually,
weird.
I want to note that a couple of you, the ones who got Selcress's Keeps buff, you do not have mud-covered shoes if you get nice shoes out of the pile, because the mud freezes, so it doesn't stick to you.
It's alright,
Oh
I
my.
don't need to worry about that, because I just don my armor, and
Uh-huh.
I have shoes.
Okay, so
They're
you just use
boots,
your
but
armor.
it's fine, yeah.
So, Euchaunkus, you're wearing rancid Yeti
I
jerky.
am not wearing
shoes.
them. I am holding them.
You're
With
holding
my
them.
mort shoes as well.
Sure. Selcress, Lance?
I guess. Why do I need shoes? I have shoes. I'm wearing them on my feet.
As you're like digging through the shoes a little bit, Lance, get your casual loafers actually. Do you put them on, by the way?
No, going into battle, I should stick with my greaves, but these are going to be great once we get back to the moon base.
Yeah,
Fine.
they definitely will.
Can I find like the fluffiest slippers?
Yeah, they're big bunny slippers. But right next to the bunny slippers, there are also spiders.
Yeah, I
Well,
have to go with the spider slippers. Are much cuter.
But they don't look as comfy.
I'll take both.
There you go. All right, so you steal some slippers. As you're like digging through, by the way, there's just like a rigor mortis, like scaly lizard folk arm reaching through that was previously buried. You get the idea that there's probably some people buried in here.
Do you keep dead bodies in your closet, Euchaunkus?
No.
Hmm.
Really?
Wait,
always struck
which
me as
closet?
an individual with a lot of skeletons in their closet.
Well, okay, which closet?
This closet.
No, this is a barracks. I mean, housing.
Uh-huh. Kurogan, can you pull that hand?
Why do I have to be the one to pull the wrinkly hand?
Body?
I mean, you can see really clearly it's some lizard folk hand, like lizard folk arm reaching out.
I'm not touching that.
Oh my god, I'll pull it out. I pull it out.
Alright, it's a
I
dead
didn't know
lizard
you were
folk.
squeamish, Kurogan.
No, it's just I don't want to pull the dead hand. Who knows? Maybe it detaches. Maybe I wave it around and everyone freaks out.
Nah,
Really
yeah,
clearly
that's a good
crossed
idea.
it.
I can rip it off and start waving it around.
Ah,
Look at
you,
this.
you're gross, Euchaunkus. Come on.
Look, you people with your normal emotions, you're too sensitive.
Yeah, you're soft. Come on.
Do not make me remind you of the floof.
Hot potato with the arm, and I throw the arm to Lance.
Lance, can you only a dexterity saving throw? DC 12. It hits you in the face.
I bend down to pick up the hand. Euchaunkus, really, this was one of your men. I know the cloud has different ways of going about dealing with
That's
dead,
not a
but
cloud
still.
thing. That's a lizard folk thing. We eat each other sometimes.
Yeah, I heard about
Note
that.
to self, do not go to a lizard folk dinner party.
Oh no, we don't eat each other for dinner. It's just, you're kind of hungry, someone's died recently.
Note to self, don't go to lizard
next
folk
to you.
funeral.
You never do the tail thing. Don't you grow tails back, or was that just a legend?
Oh no, that's just small lizards.
Oh.
Yeah. It's kind of a sore spot for us, but thanks, Lance. I walked
that's
to
alright.
the
Okay. So, yeah, you walk to the keep.
Yes.
Sure. As you walk over to the keep, you see that the doors to your keep, which houses the cathedral and the spiral in the center, are wide open, and just track in on the marble. I assume it's marble flooring here.
Mm-hmm.
To be frank, so tracked in, there are these terrible kind of boot. They're not really boot prints, but they're like footprints leading in. And looking at them, they appear to be of like
Of what?
chicken's feet. So there's these awful like 3-pronged footprints tracking mud into your keep in front of you.
I'm having flashbacks of the turd ostrich ducking team that we fought one time.
And you see just way up ahead, I imagine there's the main entry hall, which is what you see right here, where normally there would be like cloud, tapestries hung from the walls and things. Again, 300-foot ceiling, even in this hallway.
300-foot tapestries.
Yep, 300-foot huge tapestries. You can see that they are just totally, they're there, but their colors are just all wrong. So instead of, the dark grays and whites and I imagine like blue is a big color in the cloud and the yellow for the lightning. Those kind of
Actually,
accents.
gray and white tend to be the clouds, and
Primarily.
bluish tends to be the lightning.
Yeah, but instead of the normal colors, it's just blasted Technicolor like the rest of the.
Neon's not a great look
area.
for a great big cloud, Euchaunkus.
No,
This
it is
is-
not.
This is the tackiest indoor decor I have ever seen.
This looks like it belongs in one of those affordable hotels in Central City.
Well, Valoran's not so bad. At least he's got good taste.
What's a hotel?
But you see it on this main entry hall. It stretches, 200-300 feet. Outrageously large, everything in Euchaunkus' keep. You got to make it large for Cloud. You see Euchaunkus, where it would normally open up into your grand hall, right? 400 feet across, 500 feet tall, and the beginning of the spire, which wraps up towards the sky and the clouds themselves. Never quite touching, though, right?
Never quite touching, yeah.
Yeah, never quite touching. But you see the footprints just lead straight down the hallway. These weird chicken footprints, and you see up ahead what looks like a really strange a brown pile, maybe of mud, right on top of where your throne would be, kind of going up the spire, basically.
We should be careful. It could be a mud column.
But it's very far away right now, so it's kind of hard to see. Like, it could be anything, but it's just a big brown, indiscernible heap.
Did you build moving floors, maybe? This keep was not meant for little drow legs.
Don't worry. Climb on my back.
Okay.
And by that I mean I put her on my shoulders. And then my wings spread out.
Okay.
This will make traveling a little bit easier, and I fly into the air a bit.
Okay. So, Euchaunkus, what's
Yes.
that mud thing?
No clue. I walk toward it.
So you walk forward and you can hear the sound of the rain kind of dimming and getting quiet behind you, though you can still hear it pitter-pattering faintly on the building. You hear the crack of thunder somewhere in the distance. And yeah, you just walk straight down the hallway following the footprints.
Yes, and as I'm getting closer, I yell, "Warlock! I've come to bargain."
Have you actually come to bargain?
Perhaps.
Where have I
Okay.
heard
You
that
roll me
saying before?
A persuasion check. So you walk forward following these footprints and enter into your grand cathedral. A massive, towering interior. You see that the ceiling, which normally when you really are running the place, has its own cloud. It's built in such a way as to capture the condensation as it rises and actually form indoor clouds among the ceiling. Those are there. You see them 400 feet up. You see the spire reaching up toward the heavens far above. And you see heaped on top of your throne a towering pile of shoes and boots. What you thought was just a heap of brown mud is in fact discrete shoes. You see the walls are still beautifully engraved with all of the imagery of the cloud as you had it. But the place feels desolate and empty. Any trophies that you would have had on display here that weren't in the trophy room, of course, are simply gone. The place is immaculate and bare. And you hear a voice echo seemingly from nowhere in the chamber. And it says, and you can see the chicken footprints leading up toward the Tower of Boots as you're and in this main entryway, about to enter into the chamber. And yeah, you hear a voice from nowhere call out, "What have you come to bargain?"
Oh, geez, that's an annoying voice.
Where?
I wasn't expecting that.
What do you have for me?
An offer and some rather unique shoes.
I'm listening.
I pull out the Yeti jerky sandals. Here's the shoes. Show yourself, and we can talk.
Are you mocking me with that filth?
I made these myself.
Yeah,
No,
they're
Euchaunkus.
Euchaunkus original.
Hold up for a second. That's amazing. That's amazing, Selcress. Thank you for the call. For that, I'm gonna give Euchaunkus advantage on this. So Euchaunkus, you made these, and lizard folk have a feature which lets them craft things. Can you
That's
roll
true.
me a crafting check with advantage, and we'll see how, despite their
What am I using for this? Wisdom?
putrid existence. Oh, I don't think this is a wisdom
I
thing.
think it's wisdom. I think that ability scales off wisdom.
Well,
It's survival because of his ability to make them functional
what?
despite the aesthetic.
Lance, fair enough. You've lawyered me. You've sold me when you mentioned survival. Make yourself a wisdom, proficient wisdom crafting check with it.
14. They're all right shoes.
They're not that impressive, unfortunately. And she goes,
Let's hope he doesn't notice the guy with the rad shorts.
Well, I think he's
Only interested in shoes, Kurogan.
Oh, well.
I have all the shoes I could ever want.
What
I
about
want is
Bartholomew's?
Diamond back.
Your diamond.
You have Bartholomew's shoes? Wait,
No, but I
hold
can
on.
figure out where to get them.
And as this is like happening, it's kind of difficult to tell where the voice is coming from, but you are able to determine that it's definitely not coming from where the footprints are. It's not coming from like directly ahead of you behind the pile of shoes, as the footprints would lead one to believe.
Is it coming from inside the shoes?
That you're not sure. You don't think so. Otherwise, it'd be muffled. Unless
I'm
they're
looking
crazy
around.
before.
See if they're like,
Is it coming from up, maybe?
yeah, up.
Yeah, go ahead and you guys can roll me perception checks, but except Euchaunkus, because Euchaunkus, you're still negotiating.
The acoustics in here are real weird.
Yeah,
Hey!
it's really funky.
Oof.
Let me see.
The not wisdom people succeed.
I'm
You cannot
proficient
tell.
in perception.
Yeah, you try, but you can't. None of you can pick out where it's coming from. You're just certain it's not. You think that either it's a different creature that made those footprints, or they're a false flagger. But you were saying, Euchaunkus doesn't seem interested in. The voice doesn't seem interested in
My shoes.
in your shoes.
But they are
But
interested in
Bartholomew's shoes. And they mentioned a crystal.
Let's backtrack from Bartholomew's shoes. What diamond?
The math goblin stole it from me.
Is that what the dead math goblins were about then? What does the diamond do?
It's mine.
Yeah, but it's not.
Is it just a
shoe.
normal diamond?
Don't
Are
give
you
this in
here to
diamonds, though.
bargain, or are you here to ask questions? Because I will
Look.
not tolerate people questioning me in my own keep.
Aren't questions a part of
These
bargaining now?
is my keep.
This was your keep.
You can't talk to my peon like that.
Yeah, you can't talk to a friend like that.
Don't put
Yes,
words in
you
my mouth.
can't talk to me like that. Where?
Very well.
Why are you hiding?
Yeah, show yourself, you coward.
I wanted to talk.
We're
You're the one
talking.
you're the one being rude.
I've given you my terms. Bring me the diamond or
didn't
Bartholomew's
even-
shoes. I'll take that too.
And what? You just leave?
Yes.
That's all you aspire to? A diamond and some shoes?
They don't respond.
A
What are you gonna-
diamond or some shoes.
Wow, that's a really petty reason. Not to mention, this guy just seems like a big coward.
What if you could have more? And I pause. Ugh.
How do you know my name?
I've looked into you.
Ah, good. Wonderful. Then you know I'm a force to be reckoned with.
But are you as much a force as, I don't know, Blairin?
I don't know what's going on here, but also, Uggs are like the ugliest shoes. That's why they're called Uggs, right?
You son of a bitch! Roll for initiative.
No,
Oh, jeez.
As
God
you are
damn it,
attacked
Kurogan!
by Ugg the first. Oh shit! All right. So, oh wow.
Dun dun
Okay.
dun!
Hot damn, very well.
at least Kurogan's probably the first target.
Yeah, 100%.
I got him to come out.
When do you want to go first?
Euchaunkus can go first because,
Okay.
yeah, between us two, he can go first.
Okay. Just thinking, like, in case Ugg just kills me. So your passive perceptions are 19.
Mine is 14.
Mine's 19.
Mine is also 14.
All right. And actually, she has advantage on this. 23. So, as you're standing there, absolutely none of you hear the hulking giant bolt up the hallway behind you as she moves with completely silent steps. And she attacks Kurogan.
I am in the air, just so you know.
Fuck. Oh, how high up are you?
30 feet currently. Actually, more like 60 because I had the
mentioned
60
that.
foot. I did say that I was
Prior.
flying in the air.
I thought you were holding Selcress close to the ground.
Yeah.
Well,
I
I
thought
said
so,
that
too.
I brought Selcress onto my shoulders and I was flying into the air.
Yeah, but I didn't imagine you flew up that far.
In the
This is
future,
a
if
very
you-
large hall.
I'm saying, in the future, if you're gonna fly up higher, please let me know. For now,
All right,
you're on
I will.
the ground.
Okay, fine.
All right, she's gonna attack you. So she's going to make a hip check against you. She actually, if you're up in, oh whatever, she'll make a hip check against you. So this hulking giant, she's wearing a sparkling white long dress, massive. Actually, she's not wearing high heels right now. She's wearing what look like very fine elven boots. And yeah, she hip checks you, Kurogan. The first one is with advantage because she comes from surprise. A 26.
Which does hit.
All right, she bludgeons you for 44 points.
That's a lot of damage.
And she is going to bludgeon you a second time. Holy shit, a 31.
That also hits.
36 points of bludgeoning.
Damn.
As she, bam, smacks you with her hip, spins around, bam, smacks you a second time. That is the end of her turn.
And I'm almost dead.
Yeah, we're at the top of the initiative order. Now, what were the initiatives? 19 on Euchaunkus? I gotta add the layer action in there. Cool. All right, it is your turn, Selcress. This towering giant woman, she stands like 25 feet tall, actually. She's huge for a hill giant. And she
boy.
looks under this sparkling white dress to be excessively large, even for a hill giantess. And she is pissed. You're not sure what'll happen if she just kills Kurogan. You know, she might like stop fighting the rest of you and listen, but she's so mad at Kurogan right now.
Okay. I may bounce off of Kurogan's shoulders and back away from the angry woman.
Oh shit, bees jump out now. Sorry, you're right. Bees jump out and attack Ugg.
Oh,
So we'll do that. That's on her turn, right?
I think so.
So just remind me.
Yeah,
that.
it's on their turn.
Okay. Go ahead, Selcress. I'm sorry.
So Selcress is gonna hop off Kurogan's shoulders, back
Okay.
away about, 30 feet or so.
Are you gonna disengage?
Actually, I'll stay on Kurogan's shoulders. Why not?
Okay.
And
Kurogan just got checked pretty hard.
yeah, he did. I don't want to be checked really hard.
Mm-hmm.
So, she's gonna swipe out her hand and she's gonna go,
Hey, don't you touch him either! He's my peon, not yours!
and the area around her erupts in frigid cold,
Okay.
and Levi becomes a barb devil.
Oh shit! All right, your infernal decree.
Yes.
And yeah, it is now icy cold everywhere.
Yep.
And Levi is huge. Is there anything else you'd like
And
to
in,
do? I
and
assume
in that
Levi.
same motion, she flicks her cape, her banner,
Excellent. How many 10 hit points?
10.
All right. 10.
Everyone
10
gets
HP.
10. And that'll be my turn.
All right. Then it'll be Ug's turn. She looks at you, Kurogan, and Selcress, actually. And she is going to... Oh, where's the damage on this? What? All right. Well, she's going to leap onto you and attempt to squash you, Kurogan, because you and Selcress are in the same square. So she tries to belly flop onto you. I need you and Selcress to each roll dexterity saving. And actually, that should do no damage on him.
I'm
Oh my
going
God.
to Indomitable and reroll that.
Okay.
Not that it matters.
Okay.
Ah! She's gonna squish me with her butt!
And she goes and squishes you with your butt. Kurogan and Selcress each take 60.
I'm unconscious.
All right. That's her turn.
Time to transfer that over to Levi.
Sure. And you two are both grappled by her currently. She is prone, though, for Euchaunkus and Lance. We then move to her lair action. Which one does she want to use? She's going to use your shoes betray you. Is anyone is currently wearing shoes?
Nope.
Selcress, I know you are.
Yes.
Does that
Lance,
extend to armor grade?
That does include Greaves.
Oh boy.
Technically I am, but I'm also unconscious, so...
You'll find that. You still need to roll it, actually. This is just how loyal your shoes are. Can you give me each strength saves? Oh my goodness. Well, you're already grappled anyway, effectively.
Ah,
Lance, you're incapable of moving.
Eh.
And Selcress, you're also incapable of moving as your shoes betray you. Then we move to Euchaunkus. Your friends seem grappled in place by their shoes. There's a hulking giantess crushing Kurogan and company.
This is a problem.
Mm-hmm.
I will healing word Kurogan to start.
Sure. Good start.
Get up.
Oh!
Like, my shoes are so much better than you, golden egg. Bleh.
What? That was
Good
terrible.
I walk over to the giant laying on the ground.
Okay.
And
She's more sitting on the ground.
mhm.
She's got really wide hips.
Is she okay? Is she sitting or is she is she she's
She's prone. Mechanically, she's prone. She's sitting on them.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Maybe I don't walk over then. I thought she was more laying on them. Okay. What's the policy for bonus action spells and then an action spell?
Well, normally in Pete games, Pete, what's your system? Because Pete has like a weird thing that he does, and we're rolling with that for Legend here, just to be consistent.
Okay, yeah. Bonus action equal to a third of the highest level spell you can cast. If you can cast third level spells, you can do a 1. If you can cast 6, you can do 2, 9, 3.
Okay.
So you can do bonus action spells.
The Mercer.
Yeah.
So I'm sure I should be good to do a level 3 spell.
Yes.
Okay. Well, let's get this party started. I call lightning.
Sure. There was already a storm, as there always is brewing in the ceiling here.
So it's effectively a level 4.
Yep.
All right. Oh.
oof.
Ooh, that's rough. Well, I'll roll. What's her dexterity? She's not that good at this, but she's not terrible either. All right, she'll fail for 12 lightning damage.
Let's make it 40.
All right, we're taking this is how this fight's gonna go. All right, the lightning strikes down and goes, "Ah!"
And get off of them. I push her 10 feet.
Oh, Oh, she gets thrown back off. Fuck yeah. She probably lands prone 10 feet back, and she's pissed and she growls at you. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
I can breathe.
If you want to talk, then you calm down. And that's it.
All
right, and I move back up.
Yeah. I'm trying to think, because like she would be possible to negotiate with, but Kurogan said literally the worst thing you could possibly have said to her. She's not gonna leave without Kurogan dead for certain. But you just hit her for 40 damage, so she's also pissed at you. She is going to take a legendary action at the end of your turn, Euchaunkus, and she is going to make.
For the record, I moved. Just making that clear.
Yeah, of course.
Further back.
She's going to take off one of her shoes and hurl it at Kurogan. Now it's with a disadvantage because you're currently prone.
And she's prone.
So this is just kind of hucked in your direction. Good luck. 21.
It misses.
Oh, your AC's higher than 21?
My gravitational shorts add +2.
So the boots fly, the shoe flies toward you. It's a boot of elven kind, by the way, and it's crushed under her weight. Comes flying toward you, and then your pants just kind of whoop. It gravitationally is redirected away from you and just flies down the hallway.
My shorts are awesome, man.
They are
All right.
good shorts.
That makes it Kurogan's your turn.
Holy shit, that hurt. Second wind. What is second wind again?
It's a D10 plus your fighter.
I know. I mean, what is it? Bonus action or action?
Bonus.
I can't remember.
Yeah,
Okay, I will bonus action second
That's why
wind.
it's so awesome.
Yeah, 18. So,
I have a feeling I know what Lance's turn is going to be after yours.
Oh, gee.
then I'm going
I
to.
wonder.
Action. I guess just actually, yeah. Action firebolt.
Okay.
Actually, she's 10 feet away, so I'm gonna stand up, and because I have a 10-foot reach with my swords, because I can wield them with one hand, I'm just gonna attack her from here.
Awesome.
22
You would have
hit.
to take one step closer, but it's fine. It doesn't make a difference. No, Selcress is not on your shoulders right now, but I
Okay.
don't think you're.
Does a 22?
yeah.
Oh, it should be an advantage. Anyway, let me see
She's-
if that's a crit. It's not a crit, but that's fine.
She's wearing a sparkling white dress, not any armor, so you hit her.
Okay, and then natural
17?
20 for 17 more
Oh.
damage. Yeah,
Very
17,
nice.
then 17, and then I'm gonna action surge.
All right. Slash.
And yes, bonus action. Transfer some points between my armor so that I'm in
Second limbo.
what do you call it? Oh wait, is action surge just an action?
No, you can just use it. You get one action. Sorry.
I know. It
It
gives
can
you
be
one
used to
action.
it can be used to do extra attack if that's what you're thinking.
Okay. I guess that's what I'm doing. Extra, just extra attack. Should be an advantage still because she's still prone, but 28 hits for 15 more damage.
Yep.
And the bees are gonna wait until their turn to sting her because they're rude like that.
Don't you have an extra attack from your extra attack?
All right, I do
'Cause
have
you
that.
gotta,
Give me-
you gotta give me one more.
24
Come on, you
for
deserve it.
13 more damage.
All right, so that's another 28.
Yep.
Okie dokie. Cool. You hit her and she's blood's just going everywhere. Her beautiful sparkling white dress, however, remains unstained, although scathed in certain places. Is there anything else you'd like to do, Kurogan?
Unfortunately, that's all I can do because action surge only gives me another action and not a bonus action.
All right. At the end of your turn, she is. Oh no, she's not going to take legendary action. Go ahead, Lance. It's your move.
Is she looking more bloodied or angry?
She looks angry, not bloodied.
Oh, that's terrifying. Okay. Let's start the game right. Kurogan, you're stealing one of my old-time go-tos from. I will look at you. Kurogan, please just try to stay safe for a second while we get this working. Sanctuary, Kurogan.
Okay.
And then as my action, I will not fifth, for 5 people, so a 3rd level, cast Bless on all of us, Levi included, because I'm starting to realize Levi's to hit is Bless worth.
Oh yeah, so Levi's pretty good. All right.
He's
The
a good
blessing.
peon.
The blessing enhances all of you. Is there anything else you'd like to do, Lance?
I use all of my not movement speed to struggle against my shoes.
Yeah, unfortunately, you couldn't move.
So I have a
wait a
question
minute.
real quick that's mechanical.
Kurogan shouldn't have been able to move.
He is fly.
I'm flying. Does that that was what I was about to ask. Because I have wings that can fly without my having to move my
yes,
feet.
You can fly.
Yeah.
Moves, if your land speed. If not, your wings betray you.
Okay. Yeah, my wings don't betray me, my feet do. But I can still float, motherfucker.
All right. Is that the end of your turn, Lance?
That'll do it.
All right. At the end of your turn, she is going to cast. Make a legendary action and strike a dramatic. As she does so, all of you feel compelled to either strike a pose with her or not.
I think I feel compelled to strike a post.
Oh, did I? Oh, whoops. It should be pose.
I will shock a nearby post with lightning.
All right, let's try this one more time. Strike a pose! Now that I've spelled it correctly. Each creature within 300 feet of Ugg, including Ugg, must strike a pose and make a charisma performance ability check. The character which rolls the lowest among all creatures within 300 feet of Ugg, or chooses to fail, becomes color drained until the end of their next. When color drained, the creature has disadvantage on saving throws and cannot regain hit.
See.
So, would any of you like to fail?
I'll choose to fail.
All right, Selcress, you feel lethargic as the color just drains out of your body, where there was maybe like hints of blue or purple in your dark elf pigment. It is now just muted gray. You feel sick to your stomach as nausea begins to build and well inside of you, and then nothing. You just feel numb and dull. Does anyone else pose? Or
I mean,
poses.
I'm not choosing not to
She
pose.
looks good. Okay. Yeah. Only one person takes this penalty.
Okay. Well, I mean, I'm like posing with the finger guns.
Okay.
Euchaunkus does not pose.
Yep. Okay.
Lance just has a confused look on his face that may or may not be considered a pose by onlooker. He doesn't really know. He's not sure why people are posing.
Excellent. All right, Selcress, with your move, you feel like shit.
Yeah. I can't stand up, can I?
No, your speed 0.
Okay, well, I could still use an action to claim, this room as my frozen domain, right?
If you want, sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
All right. The room becomes frigidly cold. Now, what's interesting is this building is actually larger than your frozen domain captures.
Yes.
So there's a bubble of icy cold here within the Cathedral of the Cloud, where the rain falling from the clouds above due to Euchaunkus' storm fall into snow. So now it's just lightly snowing.
I mean, it's probably more like sleet or like even hail because
It gets
it's
really
like ice.
cold. The frozen domain makes it really cold.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you'd like to do?
Yeah, Levi's going to.
Yeah, Levi
Throw
doesn't have
flame.
any shoes, so he's good.
Yeah, Levi's gonna go run up, I guess, and should I do this or should I hurl flame? He's a little hurt. He's so Levi, but again, okay. Levi's gonna keep his distance and sort of interpose himself between the giantess and Selcress. And
Okay.
he's gonna be like, "Ha! How about this?
Oh.
How about this?"
Well, the first one misses, but the second one will hit her and she'll go, ah! Be unhappy about. Is there anything else?
No.
Because you frozen domain bonus action. Awesome.
It's an action.
Yeah, no, you did that, and then your bonus action was Levi, right?
So that's what it is.
Excellent. Ugg's gonna go. She
And take
stands
B
up.
damage.
She takes 10 points of B damage. She goes, ah, you stupid bees! and she looks at you all angrily, and she's 10 feet away from you. Which means she can just get to any of you. Actually, how high up are you, Kurogan? You didn't mention again.
I didn't mention. I basically floated over to
About 10 feet. Basically.
Yeah, to within reach, so within 10 feet.
Okay. Ugg is gonna just take one of her shoes then and huck it at you, Kurogan.
But she's gonna
save
need
and
to
throw.
save against Sanctuary.
That's true. What's the saving throw? Wisdom?
Indeed.
20.
She throws it at you.
But it misses terribly.
And then she will hold out her hand, and one of the first shoots that she threw flies back to her, and she throws that one. Also aiming at you.
All right, Thor.
Yeah, geez, Thor. Oh, fuck.
Oh, wait, she would need to roll Sanctuary again.
Yeah.
Yep.
Please fail. Yeah!
Lance,
Oh
going at
no.
you.
Oh, fuck.
Lance, going at you. 29 to hit for 64 bludgeoning damage.
Oh boy, that was bad. That was not a good idea.
You get belted off the head with a shoe. Now, what's she gonna do? She is going to conjure forth her rhinestone boots and click them together. And as she leaps into the air, which now she's not moving quietly, the place shakes beneath her footfalls. Those boots of Elvenkind were doing work. But as she leaps up, her rhinestone high-heeled boots become very visible. She clicks them together, and I need all of you to roll wisdom saving throws as the light shines out and glistens and almost, well, possibly blinds you. Oh, no, Kurogan.
Am I in 60 feet of her?
Unfortunately, you currently still are, I believe. Unless you, actively say, no, I get the fuck away. Even then, you only could move, 30 feet on your turn? So you could be at most 50 feet now.
Okay, that's
Because
what I
of
am.
your
then.
pushing her. Okay.
Yeah.
We just lose bless.
Oh, no. The bless fades. And then it looks like Kurogan's blind. And Selcress is blind.
Yeah.
And Lance is blind.
I have advantage because of my shield.
Is that magical abilities too? Or just
I think it's spells and magical abilities. Let me
I
double
think
check.
you're right, but double check it for me. Euchaunkus, you're not blind.
Levi is also blind.
Yep, other magical abilities. Damn. And Levi's blind too. Yeah, the rhinestone boots are blinding. And you can repeat that save at the end of each of your turns.
Alright.
That is the end of her move. Euchaunkus, your move. You're not blind. It seems everyone else is pretty much except Lance.
Except for Lance.
Yeah, Lance and you seem okay. Classic clerics beat wisdom saves. Weird. Crazy.
And she's not flying.
Who would have thought?
No, she can't fly right now. Doesn't look like no idea how she would fly with her immense girth.
Right. I will summon the punchy cloud.
Okay. The punchy cloud
At
thunders
fourth
into
level.
existence. Okay. It is a big punchy cloud. As you do so, there's the crack of thunder. Is there anything else you'd like to do? Oh, I mean, probably attack with punchy cloud and other stuff. You will hit with a 30. Unless I say otherwise, her AC is 16. You guys have hit her enough to realize she's not that heavily armored. And you get most of her defenses are from her bow. Yeah, you'll hit her for 10. Anything else you'd like to do, Euchaunkus? Oh, you're calling for lightning. But of course. What else? It's a what deck save?
Yep.
14. Man, again.
16.
She get a 14.
Oh, okay. You did 16.
Just 16?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It pushes her 10 feet.
All right, she's now more than 60 feet away from you.
I walk
And she's
away.
thrown.
I continue walking toward the throne.
Okay, yeah, it is a tower of boots. Then you can see this tower is like a second tower inside of your spire that just reaches up to the heaven.
Okay.
Okay, is that all you want to do?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you are probably like at Actually, this place
I'm
is
at
huge.
about 90 feet.
Yeah, so at 90 feet, you're about 10 feet away from the beginning of the tower. All right, we move to the next in the initiative, which is Kurogan.
She's
Kurogan,
farther
you're
away
alive.
now. I'm alive. Holy hell!
I haven't killed you yet. Yeah, she's 20 feet from
Wow.
you currently.
Good. I'm gonna fly up
really
because she
out for
can't
blood.
reach me.
How high up?
60 feet up. And then I'm going to bonus action shift so my fighting spirit around, so now I can only move at 30 feet per round. But I'm also getting the Knight's Crest's ability, the Dragon's Fire, so my spells and stuff are better.
Sure.
But and then I'm going to, with my action, because I don't have to waste it disengaging. This chick, the general area which I may be blind, but I know where she generally was.
Yeah. Sure.
In which case I am going to I'm going to shatter on her at 4th level, because it's 2nd level spell slot.
Yeah, and I think
4th level.
Because no one is like anywhere near her really. There's no chance of you hitting anyone else, even though you're blind. So what's the DC, or what's the save rather?
It's pretty low because my spell it's not great for me.
I just need to know what I roll.
Yeah,
is it Constitution?
I think it's Constitution. Let me put it up. Yeah, it's Constitution save.
Excellent. She gets a 14 exact, barely makes it.
But she still takes half.
Yeah, which is 27, so it's another 13. All right. All right, she gets blasted by thunder and cries out in anger.
That's all I got.
Okay.
I'm 60 feet in the air. So hope I stay there.
A new saving throw against the blindness?
Yes. And what's that? Wisdom?
It is a yes. You just blink and really
I'm not blind anymore. Hopefully.
There you go.
Wait.
You're not blind. Yeah. DC's 15.
Yeah.
All right. At the end of Kurogan's turn, we move to her. Yeah. Let's use a legendary action to hurl a shoe at Kurogan. Or 2 legendary actions rather to hurl a shoe. She hucks one at you. You're no longer under sanctuary because you used a spell. And she.
Plus, she lost it anyway.
Yeah. 28.
And Kurogan falls.
Oh shit! Kurogan gets bludgeoned by a shoe and collapses down from the air, failing a death saving throw when you hit the ground. All right, Lance, your move.
See, I was hoping she would roll lower.
Yeah, she's been rolling like hot. Her plus hit isn't that crazy. It's good.
Well, plus 12 is pretty crazy to hit.
It's very good. Yeah, it's appropriate for a monster of this level. Lance, it's your turn. What would you like to do, buddy?
Oh man, those moments where you have like a very solid plan for a turn, and the one thing happens that throws it all.
Yep.
In the last seconds, as Kurogan is falling, Lance will just be like, Kurogan, don't fall.
The healing word of legends.
And I gotta get away, I gotta survive so I can keep Kurogan from constantly being driven into the ground. So I'm gonna bust out the big guns and just freedom of movement myself and run away.
Ooh, okay. Where are you going? Because Kurogan is still kind of by the entrance, like as far as area goes. He's just now on the ground there. Selcress, I believe, is fairly close to where Kurogan is, if I'm not mistaken. Euchaunkus is 90 feet into the room, and I believe you're also right by the entrance. So where do you want to go? Do you want to go like off toward a corner, following Euchaunkus? Run back down the entry hall.
I'll start scooting over towards Euchaunkus, keep
So
Kurogan and Selcress like 30 feet away from me.
Okay. Is that the end of your turn?
That is indeed.
At the end of your turn, She is going to strike a pose. Would anyone like to willingly fail?
I'll fail.
All right, Euchaunkus, you fail to strike a pose. You again feel the sickening, gut-wrenching gray. As well, I don't know how colorful lizard folk are. Do you have like the hair?
Hair?
I never thought about that. The picture of the lizard folk in the player's handbook has like hair or something.
Not
It's
much
a
hair.
fin.
The weird
It's a
fin.
It's a fin. Yeah. Do you have a weird fin?
Not really.
Okay. Well, you get all gray
Also
and
pretty-
you feel really
Pretty
shitty.
brown.
Yeah. You feel kind of lethargic and just totally numb. All right.
I don't know. What's different?
That stack with
This
Silcress-
is normal for him.
What was that?
Was
What?
that stack with Selcress's blanching, or does she pop back after it affects someone else?
Yes, it's until the end of your next turn.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Selcress
She's
is good at at the end of her.
Ah, there it is. I missed that.
Or-
Sorry.
Yep, all good. All right. So that is now it is Selcress's turn, or right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. I'm gonna use a particular feature, Gales of Hell.
What the hell does this do? Oh, this lets you fly.
Oh shit.
Yeah, this is flying within my cold bubble. That's the reason I set up my cold bubble.
Excellent. Oh man, you have this is a very large text bubble you have slammed down. While
Yeah.
in your frozen domain, you can use an action to expend 2 of your crown stars to control the Stygian, biting Stygian winds. When you do so, you cast a supply spell at 5th level. The special casting of the spell lasts for its normal duration and does not require concentration, but ends early for any creature which leaves your frozen domain. Who would you
So-
like to affect with this?
Me. Probably Lant.
Euchaunkus,
my.
you okay?
I believe you get 3.
Yes.
Okay, then I'll expend the 3rd charge on Levi.
All right. The 3 of you can now fly.
Yep.
Though Lance, it feels kind of wrong. The powers of hell granting you flight. That's okay though.
Yeah,
Um,
that's okay.
Is there anything
so-
else that you'd like to do, Selcress?
Yeah, Selcress is gonna fly up.
Okay. You want Levi to do anything? You got a bonus action.
Levi's gonna go up to the lady
Okay.
and start ripping her to pieces.
Oh, are the lights not working? Yeah, they're not. Whoopsies. Thank you, chat, for letting me know. I'm
I
gonna fix
should-
that now.
I should roll with disadvantage for him. Hang on.
Oh, because he's blind. Yeah,
Let
unfortunately.
me roll 2 more times with that one. So one of the claws doesn't hit, but
Yep.
one of the claws has a 26 and a 22.
Yep. So one of them will definitely hit.
And the tail has 20 and 22.
Okay. That will definitely hit. Your target is 16. So how much damage have you done with that?
11 plus 4, so 15. Magical
15?
piercing. Yeah.
Alrighty. Oh, yeah. I mean, thank goodness it's magic. That's important.
Well, yeah, it's
but-
15 for the. Wait,
Yeah,
is it
it's
15
15.
for the? Okay. 14 from the tail and or
No,
whatever.
I have an 11 from the tail. It's the first.
Ah,
roll.
you take it. Okay, I see.
All
Yeah.
right. So I think we fixed Selcress and Land. So everything should be fixed now then.
All right. cool.
Awesome. Is that the end of your turn, Selcress?
I've flown like away 30
Okay.
feet. Levi's attacked.
Okay. So Kurogan's the only one on the ground currently.
Yep.
Okay.
So I
Um,
think that's everything.
Yeah, it's her turn.
Oh,
Clearly, I'm the
wait, I
punching
have
bag.
to make a wisdom
Also,
save.
Yes.
Levi.
What was it?
I have to make a wisdom save.
Oh yeah. See if he remains blind.
So
He does
the-
not. You guys dealt with that easy.
Oh.
So Levi's still blind.
Oh wait. Oh, that blindness was for you. I see.
Yes.
All right.
But I am not
Um,
blind, right?
Yes. The 15 is what you need.
Okay. Cool.
For layer actions, that's usually the DC that's set. Kind of regardless of the creature. All right. So it's Ug's turn.
B damage.
Yeah, she takes 10 points of B damage. This is her 30th point of B damage. Keep in mind, once it's on 100 damage, the Bs are gone. She's looking pretty hurt. She's not happy. I wouldn't say she's bloodied, but she's bleeding quite a bit. And she looks at all of you And Kurogan, you are currently prone, right?
Currently?
God, I hate to just keep beating on you.
I mean, Levi's right there too.
Yeah, Levi's in the way. So what she's gonna do is she's gonna hip check Levi. Or maybe once, depending on how hard she.
That hurt.
So Kaslak, a 19 to hit for 59 points of bludgeoning damage.
That'll hit, and Levi will go down.
Kathwack, all right. That's her first attack. She gets the second one of those, or I guess she could hurl a shoe at someone. You're prone, so you're a really bad target to hurl a shoe at, Kurogan. But Euchaunkas is heading toward the shoe tower. She didn't like that. She's going to.
Am I within her range? I assume I'm within her range, but.
What was that? Oh, for the shoe toss?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not.
But I am 90 feet, so.
That's not what she's worried about right now. You're 90 feet away?
Mm.
Okay. What she is going to do is she is going to, as a reaction, she's going to change her boots. She shoe swaps, and they're replaced by fancy-looking boots. What do these boots look like? Yeah, they just look like track shoes, basically. And she clicks her heels together and bolts toward you, Euchaunkus, at lightning speed. And she just gets to you with her 45-foot speed double. And she's gonna make a second hip check again.
Does she run past me?
Does she run past me either? Does she take opportunity attacks?
You're on the other side of her, Kurogan, so you're not.
I see.
Yeah, Euchaunkus moved to the middle of the room. And I think with 90 feet of thing and the way movement works in 5e, she just goes around you, Lance, if you would have even been.
How could she? If she has 90 feet, that would take her too far out to go back in. If I'm exactly 90 feet away.
That's fair. Yeah, you know what, Lance? You did say you move in that direction. You could take an opportunity attack if you'd like.
I'll take that swipe.
Yeah, go for it. That's fair. You're right, Crowley.
Mm-hmm.
This is why I rely on you all to help keep everything fair, both each other and myself. Because man, it can be hard. Oh, you just missed. Damn. All right, and here's that hip check coming at you, Euchaunkus. Oh, she doesn't even.
Why can't she roll that way against me?
All of that for another hip check, but she's now right next to you. We move to her lair, and what she is going to do is this actually is not anything that she does necessarily, but her old rhinestone boots that she was wearing before are just sitting there in the middle of the chamber, and man, she's sweating up a storm. You can see it's pouring down her face, Euchaunkus, and those boots, dang. So y'all have the shoe stank here. I need everyone in the lair, which is this area, to roll a Constitution saving throw. DC is 15. Oh my goodness.
Why are we like this?
Ooh. Oh my god.
Poisoned.
You're all poisoned.
Isn't that magically bad foot stank?
I don't think with poison.
Selcress is good at drinking poisons. She's not so good at
At inhaling them.
Yeah, she doesn't really like that.
Man. I know, is Levi immune to poison? Oh, Levi's
he is.
currently toast. But you can always bring him back.
He's toast, but he would be immune to poison.
So that doesn't matter for most of you, but it sucks for one of you. That's a layer action. Euchaunkus, it's your turn.
How tall is she?
25 feet. Or, well, she's like 22 feet, but she rounds up to 25.
Okay.
She's a huge creature.
What time of day is it?
I don't know. It's hard to tell with the green sun. It doesn't really set super easily or well. It's really weird because you've seen the concave Earth theory. It's strange. Convex
Weird.
Earth. Sorry.
Yeah, of course. Okay. Well, Punchy Cloud can't get anywhere near her, but it will begin moving toward. I'm gonna call lightning down on her head.
Okay. Oh yeah, shit. Oh man, I forgot about the Punchy Cloud. All right, you call lightning. It's a DC 17 dexterity save. 24. Damn.
She
a good
takes
roll.
12 and gets pushed back 10 feet.
Nope, thrown back. You want to slam her into her pile of shoes or not?
Sure.
Okay. Can you roll me an extra d6? She's gonna hit the shoes and bounce against them. Her shoes betray her. So that's actually how much? 12 from it. All right. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
No.
Oh, okay. Do you want to move, or you stand your ground?
Can I get away from her without her doing an opportunity attack?
Yeah, she does not have that kind of. She hip checks. That's her attack.
Okay, then I will walk away.
Yeah. Okay. Just kind of out toward a corner, or you could like move around the tower.
I'll move around the tower.
Okay, so you move around to the backside of the shoe tower. There's just so many fucking shoes. You have no idea how it stands so tall without collapsing and falling. And we move to Kurogan. Your move, Kurogan.
Okay.
It has been a rough one for you.
It has been. I've been a punching bag.
And now you're poisoned, which that feels bad.
Yeah. But I'm going to focus like fire, my energy of fire into my mouth. And then into my and into my hands. And then it grows larger and larger until eventually 5 scorching rays fly out towards her.
Awesome. And I assume you're moving toward her?
I don't have to. It is 120 range. And she's only 90 feet away.
Yep. Actually, she's probably about 100 feet from you, but that doesn't matter.
It still doesn't matter, because, you know.
Yeah, easy. Go ahead and give me those hits. And I don't think you have disadvantage on these, because the poison I don't think does anything.
So 3 of them hit her.
Yep. For 622.
It looks.
The bolts of scorching energy
Yep, 22.
into her. And you hit her shoes, which begin to kind of smolder and burn. My shoes! No! And she's very angry as you burn away her shoes.
Wrecked.
And there goes the shoes of speed. What? All right. Is there anything else you'd like to do on your turn?
Nah, I'm good.
Okay. At the end of your turn, Kurogan, she is going to She just hasn't had a lot of reason to do this. That would have been her move. Yeah, I guess she'll just hurl a shoe at you, Lance. Quatwap?
Oh, it misses.
The shoe goes wide. It's your turn now. She just grabs one off the tower of boots to throw at you.
To get things started, I sanctuary myself because son.
Please no kill.
And no one else has been moving forward.
She's bloodied, by the way. She now appears to be bloodied and injured.
Taking advantage of this sweet fly speed, I will fly 60 feet closer, and however many feet up I can get at an incline to do so.
It can be 60 feet if you want.
I will go 60 feet over, 60 feet up.
Sure.
Oh no, 60 feet up is bad. 30 feet up, there we go.
Okay.
And I'm just going to hold my action to do a bless once everyone actually gets in range of my bless.
Okay.
At the level to get everyone.
Sure. Which I think would be 4, because Levi is currently... unless you imp Levi, would be fine too. So 4
If Levi is in there, I will do it. If Levi does not get in there, it'll trigger without.
Okay. That's the end of your turn?
That'll do it.
She's going to strike a pose again. Anyone?
I think it's my turn to take it this time.
Okay, sure. It's interesting. None of you have chosen to engage with the RNG mechanic of this, which is fair.
Well, can it hit her?
I mean, we're strategically deciding.
Yeah, she can fail.
She could fail?
If you all roll higher than her, it happens to her.
Well, I have a -1 to performance, so I
That's a
doubt we roll.
Hey, same.
I
Just saying.
have
Critical failures happen, guys.
I have a +5
That's
to
true.
performance, so
All right. Well, Lance, you've chosen to fail. She strikes a dramatic pose of fury.
I'm gonna strike a pose, but it's just two birds up.
I realize suddenly the terrible universal truth that silver is just spicy gray.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, and Lance, once again, the sparkle drains from your silver, and yeah, you feel just dead inside and outside. You just feel like nothing. Selcress, it's your turn. What would you like to do? You can fly, you can see,
yeah, I
things are
have
looking good,
fly.
but you also feel nauseous from the poison.
Yeah, well, poison. Does poison interfere with concentration?
No, it's just attack rolls and ability checks,
Okay.
not saves.
Okay, well, I'm gonna look at Ugg.
Okay.
I'm gonna hold out my tiny little hand, and
Uh-huh.
I'm just gonna say, stay! And I'm gonna cast Hold Monster.
Oh,
Oh,
shit.
jeez.
All right. What is this, a wisdom saving throw?
Yep,
Oh,
no.
damn. No! Not after you've ruined my shoes! Come into my home! And then make
This is not
fun
your
of my
home.
Uggs! And she glares at Kurogan.
Big dragon smile.
You son of a bitch! Is there anything else you'd like to do, Selcress?
I'll, bonus action revive Levi.
Okay. Would you like to move closer to Lance? He's kind of implied that he wants you to do that. That's up to you.
Sure, I'll float within 30 feet of him.
Okay. So you all are kind of congregating on the tower, it seems. So Lance, at this point, Selcress and Euchaunkus and yourself and Levi are all within 30 feet of you. Do you want to use it, or do you want to wait, see if you can get Kurogan?
Wait and see if I can get Kurogan too.
Okay. It's Ugg's turn. Now that your turn's over, Selcress. Ugg looks nervous, actually, for the first time. A light bit of anxiety kind of shows through the anger, the hate in her eyes. And she begins to climb up the Tower of Shoes at a rapid pace. She climbs 45 feet straight upwards. And she is going to start just hucking shoes down. And she says, No, this is my keep. I'm keeping it. Get out and bring me my diamond and Bartholomew shoes. You have to bring them both now because I'm being so kind as to let you leave. And you see the tower is kind of like tipping and wavering as she climbs. And she's going to take a shoe out of it and hurl it at you, Lance.
Sanctuary.
Oh, the wisdom? 10. All right.
Can't touch this.
She
She
couldn't
turns
fail
and
that
hucks it.
earlier.
She hucks it at you then, Selcress.
Sure.
30 to hit for 63 bludgeoning.
Okay.
Whack!
I don't have any
she-
concentration spells up.
That's true because your fly is not concentration. Ooh, good idea putting that being the feature to
Yeah.
want on that item. And then she's going to reach for a second shoe and hurl it at you again. 15 this time.
That just hits. So,
Oh no! I was afraid. I wasn't sure how high your AC was.
so there's a reaction I'm gonna take. I'm 2 minute.
Okay, so Selcress, you're 30 feet in the air,
Yeah.
and then you just become a huge block of ice and fall to the ground.
I mean, can the block of ice still fly? That
No,
would
the
be
block of
weird.
ice cannot fly. It is immobile. You will take 15 damage on the ice from falling.
Okay.
But otherwise, the tomb of Levistus protects you. And she goes, "What's this bullshit?"
You clearly don't know Selcress!
No, I've never heard of her.
Wow, you're rude.
How dare
You hear like a telepathic, angry shout in everyone's heads.
And she is going to just hurl from the tower behind her as her layer action.
She also takes 10 damage.
Oh, that's true. Let me add that speed damage right now. Thank you. Let me not delete the layer from the initiative or I'll forget it completely. She is going to call out for your shoes to betray you once more. Can everyone roll me strength to say, oh, it's only 60 feet above. So it's just...
We're also flying, most of us.
Yeah,
and Euchaunkus doesn't wear shoes.
And I'm immune to effects that affect my move speed.
All right, her shoes your shoes don't betray you. Your shoes are on your side, guys.
Yeah, and I'm in a block of ice,
shoes,
so...
what are you doing? That's the end of her move there.
Betray your master! Come to the light side!
It's pretty bright here! And that, Euchaunkus, your move.
I come back from around the other side of the tower to see her, and I'm looking up at her, and I'm like, your keep, your home. You stole this from me, giant. It takes a lot to actually make me angry, and you've managed it. The clouds dissipate for but a moment, and then I recast Call Lightning at 5th level.
The lightning strikes out.
And I'm gonna, hit her with it.
All right.
And the tower.
Oh, damn.
All right. Let me roll that dexterity saving throw as the lightning strikes down. Jeez, she's rolling hot, man.
Well, she takes 37 points of damage.
Well, she's
Or half
she
that.
does-
Yeah, half of that. So.
Still pretty good.
And is
So
pushed 10 feet.
37, so it's 18.
Mm-hmm.
She's pushed 10
Alright.
feet. Does that mean she falls off of the tower?
Yeah, it does. Falls. How far is it? 45?
45 feet up.
Yup. 13 points of fall damage. She hits the ground with an earth-shattering. Is anyone on the ground?
Me.
Can you roll a dexterity saving throw? DC 10.
Selcress, kind of, but...
Well, you're already prone, Selcress. Yeah, you don't fall prone, Euchaunkus, but it's close.
I walk over to her,
Okay.
and I bite her.
Beautiful.
Oh, that is so
there's that
fantastic.
justice.
All
right.
That's not quite right. There's also
Right, 'cause
2d8
you have
thunder
your
damage.
jaws.
And yeah, I'm 100% using charges from the thing.
Yeah, all right. Tell me. Let's see what's
so there's
happening.
2d8 thunder damage from the crit for the divine strike, and an additional 2d8 lightning damage that she has to save against.
Okay.
So she needs to make a dex save.
She gets a 14.
She fails.
She will use
And
her
takes an-
first legendary resistance.
Okay. And takes 9 lightning damage, and I push her 10 feet while she's prone.
She slides across.
Can
the
I
ground.
push her into the tower?
Yeah, definitely. You
She's
probably
like-
won't knock it down, but it like hurts her.
It's damaged. It's been struck by lightning, and
Yeah.
she's
Don't get me
slammed
wrong.
into it. Yeah.
This is definitely a magical construct. This tower.
Mhm.
All right. What's that total?
That total was
Because it's a
18.
lot.
That was 18 plus 15, 33 plus 12, 45 plus 9, 54.
What? Oh, I'm sorry. I was just asking for the bite.
Oh.
Because I've already put the other stuff on her.
15
And
plus 12
36.
plus.
36.
All right. All right. She's looking real hurt.
You.
Okay. Is that the end of your turn? All right.
Oh, punchy. I can't do that. Never mind. I was gonna say
all
punchy
right.
cloud moves, but it can't.
Kurogan?
I am moving closer to get in range of the bless.
Hey, as he does that, we all get that sweet, sweet blessy juju.
And
the
then-
blessings.
Once again, at 4th level, a Scorching Ray.
Okay.
And
ahead,
she's
make your
prone,
attack.
so this is a disadvantage, right?
Unfortunately, but you have a D4 from Bless.
Which is nice.
Alternatively,
So-
if you wanted to ready an action to cast this when she might stand up, you could do that and not have a disadvantage.
I'll do that.
DM sometimes helps you, but of course, if she hits you, you'd have to roll a concentration to see if you lose.
That's true.
It's up to
But
you.
I'm also, like, still, 70 feet away, so... And she's prone, so she'll have to use half her movement to get up, and yeah, there's a whole
Yeah, you can
list
be
of
at
things.
most 60 feet away from her right now because of the bless getting in the range of that. Unless
Yeah.
you fly away after.
I mean, I could fly away, technically.
Yeah.
After I
Alright.
move in range of the bless, I can move back away.
Yeah.
Slightly.
All right. So that is that. Lance, it's your move. As Kurogan is ready.
Excelente. I use a channel divinity, and I cast Beacon of Hope on us.
I was waiting for that.
I was building to it since the very start.
All right. The beacon of hope, Lance illuminates in bright silver light, the dark gray fading away. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
Nothing I have would really go with the flow right now, so that is my turn, yeah.
Okay. Let me just check. Oh, wait, I have them here. All right. At the end of your turn, she is going to... Oh, delightful. That works the way I think of it. She's going to use her reaction to swap out her boots. And she wasn't wearing any fancy boots before. But you see, Kurogan, something familiar to you, flying from her boot pile and landing onto her feet are brilliant golden boots with little wings in the back. And then she is going to do a whimsical dance. Anyone who's on the ground currently, which I think is just Selcress, so...
I mean, I'm immobile.
You're already prone, aren't you?
I'm
Oh,
on
yeah,
the ground.
right.
I don't have flying.
I'm
So
not
you need to roll that,
prone per
Euchaunkus.
se, but I am in a block of ice and immobile.
So Euchaunkus, you fall down, you fall prone, and she's going to fly half her speed directly up. Without provoking opportunity attacks. She is now 20 feet in the air with these flying boots, these winged boots she's wearing. All right. Selcress.
So she's no longer prone, right?
No.
She gets the full effects of the Scorching Ray now.
Yeah, go ahead and blast her.
Pew pew.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3 of those
Alright.
hit her.
Yep.
And
For
she also
21
takes
total?
speed damage. So 10 more.
On her turn, she'll take.
Oh, that's right. That was
that
a
was a
legend
legend.
action. Okay, so yeah, there you go. More damage,
All right. She's
and it's fire.
She's trying to flee up her boot tower very clearly.
Yeah. Selcress on her turn.
You're in a block of ice.
Yeah, as a bonus action, she's going to dismiss that block of ice.
Oh, okay. The
Yep.
ice melts away.
And then she's 20 feet away, right?
She's 20 feet up in the air and like 60 feet away.
Yeah, sorry, yeah. So she's about 40 feet from you.
Okay, so I'm
Is
gonna
how I'll put it.
cast Fireball at
Oh.
this people.
Okay. Yeah, all right. I see how this is. All right, you blow up a fireball at her.
Yes.
I'll roll that saving throw. Oh, whoopsies. Is it coming through? All right. She will use her second legendary resistance
To
to succeed on that because holy the fireball blast and she for
And
how much?
It's 35, so half that.
Like
is-
17 or something.
Oh shit, she
17.
really wants to. Oh, she's already used her reaction. She can't swap her boots. All right. That's
Yeah.
really important because she's got some boots for cold damage.
Yeah, but she doesn't have those.
Yeah. So all right. Oh, I'm sorry. That should have been
And I think that's everything. Levi's alive.
Yep.
Lance needs to be pulled back up.
Oh, Lance got dropped off. Lance, you all right, buddy?
Yep. Discord's just a little moody sometimes.
It can be like that. So that was the end of your turn, Selcress?
That's the Lord of Chaos.
Yep.
Are you
Yeah.
flying any closer to her or to your allies?
No, I'm gonna float lightly above the ground, like maybe a foot.
Okay.
But
Her turn. She's going to fly 45 feet into the air. That puts her now 65 feet up, which is not that high for this place. But before she does that, she is going to take a swing. Actually, she's going to reach for one of her shoes on her shoe tower. And she's just going to throw them. So this is going for, let's see. Euchaunkus, you are the thorn in her side over and over. She's just hucking a pair of shoes at you. What is your armor class to hit?
19.
23 for 50 points of bludgeoning damage.
Mhm.
All right, you still good?
Mhm.
Here's her second shoe. Oh my god!
Oh god.
A critical hit. Oh boy,
was
for
that directed at?
113 points of damage.
and who might that be directed at?
That's at Euchaunkus.
Okay.
I don't think that kills you, right?
Hold on. Let me see if there's anything I can do to mitigate that.
Yeah, I don't think she has.
I
Any
mean,
have disadvantage where she.
what's her range on the shoes?
She would throw them before flying higher. If she's got a 6240.
Then, item. Nope, definitely dead.
She's dead?
Yeah.
Dead,
All
dead?
right.
Dead,
Euchaunkus is slammed with a
Wait.
shoe
Yeah, no, dead.
and lies splattered upon the ground in his keep. And she begins to fly ever higher, the storm thundering almost in rage.
No! Euchaunkus!
So yeah, she's 65 feet up and attempting to flee. Euchaunkus lies upon the ground. As her lair action, she... I don't know, she's got nothing. There's nothing she can do to actually affect you right now. So lair action doesn't do anything. It smells really bad in here. Euchaunkus is dead. Kurogan, it's your move. Technically, you go at the same time as Euchaunkus.
Yeah, but there's fury in Kurogan's eyes right now.
Okay.
As he creeps ever so slightly closer.
Okay.
Actually, he doesn't need to. He's still within range for this. He's going to cast a chromatic orb at 3rd level.
All right. So as you go to cast your chromatic orb, she's looking down. The keep is mine.
And this is at not 3rd level. This is fire
Absolutely. All right.
for 18 damage.
Blast her for 18. All right. She is on the brink.
As soon as it gets to her turn, though, she gets B damage.
Oh, I'm aware. Is it the end of your turn, Kurogan? Do you want to stay near her? Do you want to stay down with your allies?
I'm staying with my allies. I still have range, so I can always fly up a little bit if I need to and get her.
Lance, what's your move?
Oh boy.
Euchaunkus, right near you, seems in real shit shape.
Kurogan, how smashy are you smashy if I can get you right next to her?
I will destroy her.
How far away, or how high is Kurogan flying?
Currently, he's still somewhat near you guys, so I'm just
He's
gonna say like
30
30
feet up.
feet. Yeah, 30 feet up.
Okay, I think
Are you
I can
not gonna bring
finagle my
Euchaunkus
action
back,
economy
huh?
for this. No, I think I can do both. Give me
Oh.
1 second to finagle.
Oh, I see. You're thinking healing word and something else?
No, and he's dead, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. You need a revivify to get him up.
I'll have time to revivify. I
Here's the
fly.
problem, Lance. What if she kills you?
You assume much.
Okay.
Let me double check the activation time on one item. That will be very important. Oh wait, no, I already remember the action economy on this item. First thing I do, I go dropping like a stone as fast as I can, 30 feet of fly to get to the ground, where I throw out my portable hole underneath Euchaunkus to collect the bomb. And then I use the other 30 feet of my movement to fly up to Kurogan. Where
Keep in
Kurogan...
mind, you got 1 minute on the revivify.
Oh, I'm confident I'll have time. Kurogan, are you willing to teleport to her side to begin smashing?
Yes.
I dimension door myself and Kurogan directly in her face.
All right. And you can both fly? Yeah.
I believe so, yes.
Because she's still within Selcress's thing for now.
So that's my bonus action, activating my Cloak of the Mountebank. My bonus action is going to be... She is very bloodied, right? She's flayed.
She's very injured, yeah.
This is where we actually make a risk. I re-channel my divinity to drop Beacon of Hope, and I cast...
Oh, there's some bold strats.
Holy Weapon on Kurogan's weapon of choice, whichever one he has in hand.
It's his dragon greatsword.
There we go. And with Euchaunkus within my hole, Kurogan here on her face, I use that low-key super BS item from the early days that has one very valuable thing that makes it legacy. Activate the Rodent's Roller.
Haven't you already used an item?
It's no action. Oh! No, because it's an action to use the cloak.
Well, you've used the portable hole.
Oh. Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
Are you done with your turn, Lance?
Yep. On the bright side, I haven't hurt anything, so I still have Sanctuary.
She will take a legendary action to hurl a shoe at you. Now it's a disadvantage because you're in melee with her.
At me.
Or at least Kurogan. Oh, yeah. She's not that big of a dummy. She's a kind of big dummy.
But I have Sanctuary, so I just want to make sure that we get that check.
16.
That sounds bad. That is exactly a success.
What's your wisdom? Whoa. What's your wisdom?
Bad, because I needed 8.
Ah.
If I had to get that strength dip to wear my armor.
All right. Shoe coming at you, Lance. 18.
That misses.
Glancing off of your dwarven plate. You don't die. Selcress, it's your turn.
She's pissed,
Mm-hmm.
but I can't exactly fireball again with you two nuts for brains up there.
You can fireball behind her. Probably. She's really big.
Could I fireball behind
She's a
her?
real big girl.
She's a chonker. Yeah.
All right.
You could fireball above her, really, is what you'd be doing.
Yeah. Could synaptic static her.
Okay.
What's the range on? Pretty big. No, I guess I'll fireball. Again. Above her head, of course. at 5th level, expending one of the charges of the Frozen Crown to do so.
Very well. Roll a dexterity save. Man. She
So
continues to succeed. My God. All right, it's 29. The 14 for her.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Levi's gonna fly up as a bonus action.
Okay.
And that'll be my turn.
All right. She will strike a dramatic pose.
She takes 10 damage from bees.
She's gonna use legendary action to strike a dramatic pose.
Okay.
I'm looking at you, Lance, Selcress, and Kurogan.
Selcress
Would you like to
will
roll?
take it.
Okay.
Selcress will take it.
Takes 10 points of bees. Still up. She is going to... What is she going to do? Oh my. She's 45 feet in the air. This would probably kill her. How injured do you look, Kurogan? And Lance, you're pretty beat up, right?
Lance is bloodied, to be certain.
So is Kurogan.
Well, I think she's just going to try and hip check each of you. So you're right there. So Lance, I guess she's going to try with you first. Sanctuary?
Sanctuary.
Kurogan, welcome to Hip Planet.
Oh my god.
She slams into you, her hips blasting like a thunder strike. Natural 20 for 80.
I'm unconscious but not dead. And I fell for a failure.
Indeed. Now she looks toward you, Lance. And she uses her last legendary resistance to succeed the saving. And hip check. Or attempts to. What's your armor class?
Jeez. 22.
21.
Ooh.
She tries to crush you. She goes, "No! You are nothing. You are insects. I am a legendary evil. I won't lose here. Me and my shoes will stomp you out." Shit. Layer action. Lance, she will blast you with rhinestone boots. Can you roll me a wisdom saving throw?
Hey.
Which you succeed with flying colors. Kurogan, you're on the ground. Can you roll me a death saving throw? All right. Lance. You hold the quickly dying body of Euchaunkus in your bag. You see Kurogan down on the floor beneath you. What's your move? Oh, I guess it's not quickly dying, it's quickly fading.
And she's looking really messed up.
She's looking excruciating. Like, she is on the brink. I mean, she's been beat to shit before.
Selcress, go big or go home.
Very bad.
Do I stop her? Big smash?
As long as you can still save Euchaunkus and Kurogan.
Naturally.
Destroy her then!
Now, keep in mind, Kurogan is, 45 feet below you on the ground.
Okay. We start this up. Oh shit, that messes my concentration. Damn it. Fuck, I think I have to mess with my concentration just to do this, because that's the best I got. 5th level Spirit Guardians.
Oh, I see how it's going. The Spirit Guardians begin to swirl around you. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
I don't think it popped up, but those broil and spoil forth. Checking action economy of more junk, because I have a lot of junk. Wow, that's really good. Another item without activation time. I bonus action activate Moon Maiden's Might. Or not Moon Maiden's Might, Moon Maiden's Light. So she takes another 8 radiant on top of.
Now that is at the start of her turn, correct?
I believe it's start of turn or the first turn, first time. Which is it? Does that include when you cast, or is that only?
Spirit Guardians is only at the start of their turn.
Yeah, or when they move into it willing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Appearing is not moving into it. So, assuming you're still up at the start of her turn, she's in for a whooping.
I am fully confident of it. As for my use item interaction, I activate the ghost.
Oh, you mother. Can you click that for me?
I did.
It is clicked. He
Well,
is
when
incorporeal.
costume, you can become incorporeal. When corporeal, you can move through solid object. I believe this functions kind of similarly to the incorporealness of the ghost, even though it is not detailed and extensive, whatever. What does this do? You can move through other creatures and objects if they are difficult terrain, and you take 5 1d10 force damage if you end your turn inside an object. What would you like to do? Would you like to stay there, or would you like to move somewhere?
So this is not an effect to where incorporeally she can't physically hit me?
No, it is not etherealness like we had played it like in the past. It is actually just incorporeal move. Now, you could just fly inside of her Tower of Boots, which would make it pretty hard for her to hit you, given you're adjacent to it, and you could move there without provoking an opportunity attack, but you'd take a d10 of force damage. Would you like to do that, Lance?
I think taking a D10 is better than taking like 60 damage.
Yeah, I will take a D10 and scoot inside the build.
It is 6 points of force damage as you are inside the tower. All right. Is that the end of your turn?
That is indeed.
She will take a legendary action and do a whimsical dance as she flies 20 feet up into the air. Which is still within your radiuses, unfortunately for her.
What's the whimsical dance do again?
And it only affects creatures if she's on the ground.
That would not be within the radius of either of them.
Oh,
yeah.
I thought they were 30 foot. Oh, are they 15-foot radius?
15 and 10.
Oh, wow. Shit. So yeah, she flies straight up. Out of the radiuses. All right.
Not out of my range, though.
No, not quite.
And not out of the range of the bees.
Selcress, it is your turn.
Selcress is gonna fly up.
I mean, the
there.
bees have done 70 damage so far. Pretty big.
Yeah.
Essentially, Selcress flies up 30 feet or so.
Someone in the chat did point out it is difficult terrain being within the spirit guard.
Oh yeah, I
so
forgot about that.
She's still within.
Yeah, she's still within it. Thank you, chat. Guys, we love chat.
We
So
do
she's
love
Yo, Est Wild, my
Specifically
MVP.
Est Wild.
Sorry. Thank you, Estwild. She's actually out of your mood maiden. She's out of the 10-foot radius, but she's still within the 15.
All right, cool.
But hey, that's the big one, right?
Yeah.
Selcress, go ahead.
Yeah. Selcress is gonna expend the last charge of the Frozen Crown.
Holy shit,
And-
we burned them. We burnt the wall.
Burnt them all. And she's going to fireball again
Okay.
at 5th level above her head.
Okay. Just a huge blast of icy cold energy.
Mhm.
All right. She is going to use a legendary action. I'm sorry, not a
Can only
legendary
do
action. Her reaction to change her boots. Her flying boots fall to the ground, broken as they are. She's gripping onto the side of the tower now, barely holding on, and her boots jump out from the tower. They're boots of the Winterlands. She has resistance to cold damage.
Does she fall a bit further into more effects when she has to make this exchange?
No, unfortunately not. Her shoes are her friends. That being said, she fails the dexterity saving throw. That is
So she only takes half anyway.
That's 11, 12,
11.
11 damage. All right.
And Levi's gonna sting her.
Yeah, Levi has been slowly chasing her.
Yeah, he is. Actually, he's gonna sting her.
Levi will hit. Poison. She's not immune to poison, so what save does she make?
Con. DC 10.
That? All right, she'll succeed on that. Takes half for the poison.
So 5 plus 4 pierce. 9 damage total.
All right. All right. She's up there.
Is it her turn?
Levi stings her. You hear a massive crack of thunder. And she looks down at the stinger that is embedded currently, ripping through her sparkling white gown and embedded into her stomach. You hear storm that's been raging outside, ever louder, the winds beginning to pick up like a gale. She looks around, anxious for a moment, and then down at the stinger. There's a slight pulse as the poison strikes. And you see her veins beginning to darken, sickening necrotic green. And she looks, clutching her wounds with one hand, the tower in the other. The thunder cracks. And it cracks again. And with a third thunderous crack, the entire building shakes. The tower itself rattles. And the bells above begin to rattle and chime in a triumphant chorus. She looks down, still clutching to the tower. No. No! This is not possible. You're an imp! She tries to swat with her hands.
He's
But Levi
my imp.
flutters backwards. The cracking of thunder and the echoing of the bells of the cathedral, drowning her out for just a moment. No, it's a cloud. Nothing. It's just a little bit of mist. My shoes of poison. I have shoes of poison resistance, right? She gets woozy and begins to teeter back and forth, the whole tower teetering beneath her. And in one dramatic instant, she looks down at all of you. I lost. And without saying another word, she begins to topple, head over heels, tumbling down the boot tower, boots flying in every which direction, lance quickly exposed as the tower collapses around her. She tumbles, slowly at first picking up speed, the wind whistling around her. She slams into the tower in places echoing like cannon blasts, before, with a sudden, sickening, thunderous strike, she hits the ground of the cathedral, a spiraling crack echoing out across the floor, her bulk indenting in its very being upon the marble. a singular blast of lightning strikes down from the heavens, going directly through the cathedral from the spire. And she, in this instant, is defeated.
And also stung by bees several times.
Not wasting a second, Lance will
Well, Lance, from
drop.
where you are, you can see the bottom. You can see where she landed, and her bulk has almost concaved the floor into what appears to be the shape of a massive black. The little spark, the little crack striking out. You rush to the bottom.
I practically free fall. I do the superhero landing where the lightning struck what remains of the burnt and ruined as I
Kurogan,
throw
can
out
you
my
give me a
whole...
death saving throw first? Okay.
At least it wasn't a
Kurogan,
crit fail.
What
Selcress,
do you do, Lance?
come. I bid both of them to come to me as in this clear, holy
Unconscious
area,
on the ground.
Yeah, he's unconscious.
you spark some life as I call out to you. In what is clearly this holy place of the cloud, I roll out my portable hole and as quickly as I can exhume the body of our hero here. And just as I'm like beginning to rummage through and grab some of my supplies, I just call out for Selune, and I hope that the cloud will aid her in just the saving of their champion, as I will first attempt to use divine intervention to bring back Euchaunkus,
Selcress hurriedly floats
which
over.
hurriedly fails.
Yeah.
This is not Salune's domain.
Kurogan is like crawling over to get to Euchaunkus' side. Like, don't you die on me, you overgrown lizard!
You
Come
know
on,
what makes the
Euchaunkus,
pit
you
of your
have so
fucking
much
stomach?
food to eat.
I had burnt all my third level slots, which is terrifying. Then okay, well, I have raised it. I burnt all my fifth levels, and that gripping fear, just that clutch ass fourth level spell coming in.
Well,
We can save
as you
him.
reach into your bag and you pull out the diamond,
The diamond.
your singular diamond, you hold it out to cast the spell, and before you have even a moment to do so, repeated lightning bolts just slam down from the heavens and strike the diamond and Euchaunkus. And Euchaunkus, you are alive.
Is the diamond consumed?
The diamond is obliterated.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Euchaunkus!
Oh God, that hurt. What did you do?
You're alive!
You got blessed by the cloud!
Wait a minute, did I die?
A little
You
bit.
did.
Is she
Just
dead?
a little bit. Yeah,
Yes.
she's
I
close.
didn't get to see her die.
You see her like crawl just a little bit. Help!
I rip into her throat.
Roger probably recorded it.
Wait, she's sort of vaguely alive?
No, she's dead now.
Well, I go over to the corpse
Okay.
and I look down at it. I'm like, I wanted to give you a chance. I wanted to give you, I had no beef with you in particular. And you got upset about a stupid shoes! And I like kick the corpse. But now, you're going to tell me everything you knew about your friends one way or another. And I'm like, I turn to the others and I'm like, we're going to keep the corpse. We're going to buy it for information. And then I'm going to throw it in the pit that's under this cathedral and bury it in the depths of the earth.
So, truth speak with dead.
I don't have it on me right now, but, you know.
You know.
Well, interesting
So,
enough, you find a couple of other things scattered about among all of the mundane shoes. We can take her out of recurring character. There are several magical boots that have
Hey.
survived that she was not able to use.
Interesting.
Among your loot are boots of levitation,
Okay.
boots of striding and springing, and winged boots. Oh no, she used those. Those are dead.
So boots of striding and springing. What'd that do?
I love them. They're amazing.
Big jump.
Don't worry about them right now. Yeah, you big jump real good. Never be slow.
Oh,
You
yes.
stride
So
and
what you're
spring.
saying is Kurogan, the super fast dragonborn that slaughters things.
You don't need more movement
I don't.
items.
So, yeah,
I don't.
Euchaunkus, as you stand, once again, your keep reclaimed, you notice just the color, all of the colors returning to their normal marble state. None of this stark, sparkling white, but the gray, white, and black marble of the floors, the blue of the lightning bolt, and the gray of the cloud. And your cathedral is more or less back. Once you clean up all the shoes.
I burn all of the shoes.
I help. Except for the magic ones. We might have use for those.
Yeah, we can keep those, but the rest are being burned.
I
So
gentle
Chris-
repose the body so we can deal with that later.
So Chris just sits on the floor, bloodied, and
Yeah.
pats Levi on the head.
Kurogan goes next to
job.
her, sits
Levi.
down in a huff, and just like, oh, Selcress.
Yeah.
Me and Euchaunkus almost died.
Yeah.
Almost!
Oh,
You're alive, aren't you?
Yeah.
Stop complaining!
He's just mostly dead. Don't worry about it.
Just mostly dead. He was not completely, mostly dead. Anyway, I have never felt more alive.
Who's a good Levi? You're the best limp in the world. You're the best.
Levi? You're awesome. I give the fist bump.
He's currently getting like head rubbies from Selcress.
Levi, if he hadn't hit, the guy, he would have survived 1 hit point after the beat. 1 hit point.
Oh boy.
Damn.
Levi was clutch.
And you see
B is also clutch.
you see from the front of the cathedral through the door, very tentatively, hesitantly, you see the 3 lizard folk that had greeted you when you first kind of arrived in the Wildoode, kind of stepping in and kind of taking in the cathedral, presumably seeing the color drain and return to its normal state from outside.
Selcress waves from where she sits.
And as they kind of look around at the carnage, they walk over to the space where the body indented into the ground. They see the massive cloud-like indent on the floor of the cathedral, and they kind of look over at you, Euchaunkus. High Priest,
Yes.
a sign.
Oh, yes.
Our people, we will return. We will regather here. But for now, you should sit once more upon your throne.
Yeah, you're probably right, but here, take this. I hand him the most holy rock. Like, okay, so
He accepts it like gingerly, and the other 2 next to him both like look at him in like awe, and he kind of, I am not worthy.
yeah, no, I need you to just hold. I need you to go
Yeah.
do something with that real quick for me. There's a panic room. There are probably people in there, and by now they're running food. So just go put that in the slot, and that's the only way to open the panic room.
And he kind of like looks around it now in a panic himself, and he just like starts sprinting down in that direction.
And bring it back. Obviously, I go sit on the throne.
And boy, does it feel so good.
I gesture for Lance to come close.
I come hither.
These warlocks have killed me twice. That won't happen again. But if it does, I'm counting on you to fix it again.
Naturally.
Also-
Then we have to destroy the hells.
We have to make sure their bodies aren't destroyed somehow. In the fights to come. I had a pit dug especially for them.
Okay, I don't know what I can really help with that.
I don't know, but you know,
I mean,
basically
I think
avoid blowing their bodies up. I don't know how I'm gonna keep the other two from doing it, but if you get the final hit, don't blow the bodies up.
Hey, I don't
I
blow
don't
things
have
up. I
experience.
just burn them.
That's problematic.
I mean, Euchaunkus, her body's pretty mangled, but
Yeah, but still workable.
at this point, you all hear a voice. Hey, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Okay, Roger.
Something just happened. The color all just flew back into the keep. I mean, not really the color, but the horrible color is gone.
Yes.
We
Yeah,
can see it from the moon base.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the warlock's dead.
Yeah, we did that.
we killed Doug, one of the warlocks.
You killed one of the warlocks?
Yes.
Yeah,
You hear Roger's voice speaking down to you, bewildered, from
it's a
the
bit
moon
messy.
base. Then it's possible. We can win.
Did you doubt us?
Anything's possible.
yeah, we can win.
by
I
the grace
told
of the
you
clown.
that. Yeah, we told you that when we first woke up. We're gonna win, Roger.
Yeah, we don't suck as much as you, Roger.
Whoa!
Euchaunkus.
Take it easy, you chunkus.
Someone
Roger.
just died, okay?
Yes, it was me.
But you're alive now.
Don't take any of this
Despite-
personal, Roger. He's just a little cranky. It's the resurrection sickness.
As you all begin just infighting, as you are wont to do, Roger doesn't respond to any of your specific statements or anything. He just whispers, "Praise the cloud."
What? Yeah, what? Yeah, do that.
Almost
Praise the cloud.
In surprise of himself. And
Praise it.
I
That you
believe.
see, as I said, you see returning, walking back with the most holy rock still in tow, a group of beleaguered and ragged but surviving lizard folk from deep within the confines of your keep wander out and feel the rain once again. The blessings of the cloud for the first time in you can't quite guess how long. And Euchaunkus and all of you, you look out over the cathedral and realize you have struck your first true blow against the great evils.
1 down, 7 to go. Right?
Well, it's more like 0.25 or.
Potentially
Well,
15.
I was talking about warlocks, but there's
Oh,
no
well,
eight,
yeah.
right?
And as you quibble, I believe that concludes today's adventure. Yes, Jeremy?
Absolute. Euchaunkus, they absolutely had to start eating each other in that panic room. So
Oh,
there
yeah,
are
I
far fewer than they started with.
I figured as
but,
long as
you
they
know-
didn't eat the copper dragon bones.
No,
Which
no,
would be
they didn't eat your
difficult.
trophies. Absolutely not.
Yeah, good
No,
good choice.
They'll eat each other before they touch your
Good
trophies.
choice.
But yeah,
Uh,
that concludes our adventure this evening. Good job.
We
I
did
thought I-
it.
nice work, guys.
I was very concerned for a moment there. A lucky crit on Lance would have been.
Oh yeah.
You got a lot of lucky crits that game, Jeremy.
Yeah, you did. You just
didn't
stopped
even
rolling
know.
20s.
I disproportionately rolled a few 20s.
You were rolling it like me.
But yeah, thanks for playing, guys.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
We
Um,
didn't
and-
entirely die.
Beloved chat, thank you also for hanging out with us. And guys, thank you for playing. I love playing with you all. It is an absolute treat.
Aw.
We
I
love
love
playing
playing
with
with
you
you too.
guys. You guys are the
I love you
best.
guys.
Very
Well,
true.
evidently, you've accepted lunacy for it. The crack of dawn. My sincere apologies to you all. I don't want to hold you guys up any longer than. Well, we're
Shall
gonna
we
probably
away to
talk
the
about
outro
this
screen,
forever.
Jeremy?
Pete, I think we can away to the outro screen. Can you
Farewell.
move me?
All right, there we are. Wait, Lance is here now.
I have moved.
All
We're
right.
on the outro
We're on
screen.
the outro screen.